1, 2, 3, 4. Down to the VHS. VHS out of the VHS. MC18 on the bass, I'm going down and outside doing stuff. Smoking the Wi-Fi beverages, and I guess that's the way it goes. Down to the VHS, VHS, out of the VHS. Got no money, smoking crack, saving up for the Betamax. Down to the VHS, VHS, out of the VHS.
Okay, we're good.
You know what you forgot to do?
What?
Turn the light on.
No, we don't need a light.
It's so dark.
Lights are for cowards.
It's spooky Halloween time, I guess.
This is, yeah.
We're gonna watch spooky.
This is the
Halloween
Halloween special, isn't it?
No, it's next week, isn't it?
I think Halloween's this weekend.
Oh. Well, we're gonna watch werewolves then.
Sure.
Hooray, we're here. It's Obscure Tape Time where we watch stupid videos that we found when we all used to go op shopping for them before we could, like, actually buy
Yes.
videos in op shops. We can't anymore. But we've been trying to get it working anyway. I've been leaving business cards and all at the op shops so we can get more, but we don't need to because we've got hundreds in my garage.
We do. We have a nice selection.
And we're going to try to show them up and get them all played so that we can throw them out and back them up and whatever else.
40-month resub from Tarkin Gaming.
What do you mean lockdown is over? Where?
Is it over?
Where is lockdown over?
I can go back to, sleeping in playgrounds.
I know here in Victoria, as of midnight last night, most of Victoria, not Melbourne Central, because they're still kind of a little bit bubbly. Here, we can actually go to pubs again, like we could at the end of the first lockdown. So this is our second lockdown that is over.
So we have to go to the pub now because in 2 weeks' time.
Because in 2 weeks' time, it'll be... I'm pretty sure everyone's going to think that, and that's where that herd kind of thing's going to happen and we get a third lockdown. So maybe not. Let's just take it easy. Because we don't need to go to the pub. We can get drunk right here. As I said last episode, the episode before, we tried to do dry. It was a bad idea. This week, I brought you a beer. And you've got tea in your hand. It's got kombucha in it. Do you know what kombucha is?
Fermented shit. I know what it is because I used to drink it at work.
Well, yeah.
Because when I used to feel like shit, it was good for my stomach.
It's a low-carb, probiotic summer ale. So there you go.
Actually kill yourself? What do you mean? There was a third lockdown? I know, right, dude. Brutal it would be. I don't think they're going to, though. I think it's they're going to have to find alternative solutions.
Yeah, they will. We're still all wearing our masks, I think, which that'll slow the spread a little bit. I just totally ruined that beer pour. I thought it wasn't... I forgot that it was beer and I made my head too big. That's okay.
People are absolutely going to be retarded about
they
this.
They are. So. That's just what happens with, the general populace. It's one of those things that you have to kind of factor in that everyone's going to be an idiot.
Well, before this whole COVID thing started, I was so extremely sure that I was, below average intelligence.
Yeah.
As this whole thing has gone on, I'm starting to think maybe I'm slightly above par.
There is a difference though. 'Cause
My
there's a little
God, people are stupid.
There's a thing about herd mentalities as well, and you don't go with the herd. You don't leave the house as much as a lot of people.
I don't leave the house.
You don't care what other people say. You don't kind of go along with the flow of just normal society. So there is that about it. So I wouldn't say that everybody is overly below average, but the average is lower.
The average is definitely lower. That's the
Especially
point I'm saying.
especially
I thought
when they all...
I'm still at the same level I always thought I was.
Yeah.
Right.
But
The average I thought was up here, but it turns out maybe it's down here.
I think there might be two different spots. One's in a herd and one's if they actually stop and think what the frick they're doing instead of going, they're not wearing their mask, so I'm not going either. So, I don't know. It's all a bunch of crap, really.
Basically, right-wingers are stupid.
Yeah, down with the Murdoch media.
I'm sorry if you're right-wing, but I'm not sorry.
You're sorry that you're not sorry?
Yeah.
That's such a millennial thing to say.
That's all you get from me when, your idiotic right-wing governments destroy the world.
Oh, Jesus, that's sour. Whoa, I like it. Whoa.
I'll finish my tea.
That's kind of hurts in my nose, actually.
Oh, I like nose pain.
Oof. That's like a little bit wasabi-y.
Anyways, well, I don't mind the left, except I guess everything extreme. Extreme both sucks, but...
Of course. Always extreme both sucks. We've gotten onto political somehow.
What's more political, though?
Come on, let's hear this segue.
Sticking your thumb into the rectum of a dog.
That's not the first video we're going to watch. But yes.
Stay tuned for that!
Puppies. We're doing puppy videos today. Today's first video is called How to Train Your Puppy. Can we get it? Can we get that without the glare? There we go.
If the light was on, there'd be more glare.
Yeah, okay. No glare then. It's called How to Train Your Puppy. Yeah, interesting video that we picked up. It's got a little girl on it cuddling a puppy. It's called Serious Puppy Training, actually. And who it's actually done by is... I've taken a bit of a buy here. As in, I didn't have to do much research. All my research came from Wikipedia's because both videos are actually presented by people who are famous, but not to me.
So, well-known people...
That we don't know.
We've never heard of them because...
Absolutely.
We're, A, not in America, and B, that's not our niche.
Exactly. It's not our niche, and A, we're not in America. The first video is presented by Dr. Ian Dunbar. He's from the UK.
Okay.
So not just America.
He's no Dr. Harry, though.
That's the thing. I wish we had a Dr. Harry video, otherwise I would have chucked that in with the three.
Best
I'm
Man's
sure
here
we
too.
could have done that.
Best Man.
But Ian Dunbar is the creator of the first off-leash puppy training program.
Off-leash?
Off-leash. So before then, all dogs
Ooh, boy.
expected to be on leashes, and he's like, no, you can do it without a leash. I can make this work. So that's a big plus to his name.
Hold on. Best Man just got a gift sub from Target Gaming.
Ooh.
I'm actually wearing the That's My Dog shirt right now, so
this
that's
is
my
our dogs. These are our dogs.
Yeah, I was hoping you would notice.
I did, but I was going to let you say something. So he's done a couple other videos. One's called After You Get Your Puppy, and after is all in caps.
After
you get
What
your
about
puppy.
Before?
That's when you have to think about what puppy you want.
Help me think of things.
He didn't make that video.
I can't think for myself.
He didn't make that video, but he did teach how to teach an old dog new tricks. Now he took that as a video title. Man, that is like one of the best video titles for a puppy training, a dog training one. It's always good to get a saying in your... It's about marketability, isn't it? Okay, so he has hosted his own TV show called Dogs with Dunbar. He is a consultant into dog behavior by Hollywood. So in Disney Pixar's movie Up, remember the dog that's like... Screw.
I haven't actually seen it.
You haven't?
Nope.
He's got a talky voice on. He's like, I just met you and I love you. And every now and then he goes, screw. It's a funny cartoon. It really is good. But he was the consultant on dog behavior for that film.
Huh.
So, yeah, that's a pretty cool thing that he did. And he was also the founder of the International Canine Games. And if you want to see him talk other than this video, because other videos will probably still be hard to get as well, unless they're like backed up.
Head on that.
Yeah, as I said, my head was huge as well. He did a TED Talk.
What is this?
So that's kombucha. Or a fly. But yeah, if you want to go see him
Whatever it
talk
is,
other
I'm
than
not-
this
I'm not putting it
video,
in my mouth.
he's got a TED Talk on TED Talks. I mean, doesn't everybody, but that was just something
Can
that
I
came
have
up in
one?
my research. Yeah, what are you going to talk about?
Welcome
to my TED Talk. Have you ever felt like...
Oh, my bot's broken, by the way.
You watch-
Tarkin, I have to fix that.
Listen to my TED Talk. Alright. Let's see.
Let's bring this over here so we can...
So, buckle up, because this is a 90-minute video. It contains 2 different programs, though. It's got
2
Sirius's...
for the price of 1.
It's got Sirius's puppy training as well as something else at the end. It's got obedience, commands, and home training, and temperament training, whatever. So buckle up for some...
Click.
There we go. How to train your puppy. Dad grunt's getting down.
I do it too.
Well, you're allowed to grunt, Dad. I've just got a giant dog. Maybe I should teach him stuff that I learned today in these videos. I wonder if these videos are so old that they're still going to mention that we should treat dogs like a pack because they're a pack breed of dog or whatever, but you know, they've got more evolution living with us and keeping us happy than they do with, you know, being pack wolves.
Uh-oh, that's going to echo.
It's going to echo.
Not anymore.
Not anymore! Caution! Serious Puppy Training is a comprehensive behavior treatment training program developed for puppies less than 18 weeks old. While the principles of Serious Puppy Training are adaptable to the training of adolescent and adult dogs, this program is not intended for the training of adolescent or adult dogs, nor is the program intended for the treatment of existing behavior problems with these dogs. The creators, producers, participants, and distributors of this program disclaim the liability, loss, and connection with the information, exercises, advice here, and consult your vet before... Oh my god, it faded out before the roll.
That's rude.
What am I meant to do? Ah, puppy. Look at him, he's spinning around. I'm enjoying the music. Do you think it's copyright free? Can we use that for our intro instead?
Maybe.
Oh, it's so
But
bad.
I like my Dawn of the VHS.
I know. Maybe we should have this as like a... as the countdown music. Can you have music on the countdown?
I do.
You do? Already? Oh, okay. Never mind then.
I can change it.
This is
I can add this to it.
This is some bad Casio keyboard. It's such a Casio keyboard. It's meant. It's... oh, hi! I didn't notice you there. Serious Puppy Training with Dr. Ian Dunbar.
Hello, my
Trademark.
name's Ian Dunbar. Welcome to Serious Puppy Training.
Hi,
A
Ian.
lot of people think that you have to wait until a pup is 6 months old before you can train it. That's really silly. In fact, 6 months is probably the worst time to try
That's
and
really
train
silly.
a puppy. At 6 months, they
I
have the
like
bodies
silly.
of adults, but they have the brains of puppies, the brains of adolescents. It's much better to train the dog as a puppy, so that when the dog becomes an adolescent, you enter into adolescence with a trained dog. Serious puppy training is quite unique. Not only do we do puppy training, but we do off-leash puppy training. What we're interested in doing is teaching owners how to train their dogs for the home. Basically teaching them how to train their dogs so they can live
This is
with
going to be
them,
the
so
hardest
they make nice
episode yet,
companions.
because I'm just going to
You
look
want
at all the
train
dogs and be like,
come
oh,
when called,
puppy.
not
No,
to
that's
pull on
good.
leash, not to jump up. The most important thing
I'm
when you
cool
got a
with
young
that.
puppy
At least
is
you'll be
basically to realise that
entertained.
it's a young
We don't have
puppy,
to
and it's
talk.
going
Just
develop
listen and watch the
certain
video.
predictable problems.
That's true.
There's no
That's
great
true.
secret what it's going to do.
It's not like there's
And so
going to be
a
any
little
actual
forethought,
dead air.
Knowing that the dog will grow
Especially
up
if
and
you've
Oh, I'm
got
so
the-
scared of dead air.
and to know that your puppy
Especially
will
if you've
soon
got
be
some
chewing
ads
and
queued up
digging
for
and
it.
barking and roaming
Actually
and
don't,
chasing.
but I can.
And so you may as well set about trying to
I
prevent
think
these
this
problems
week I'm going to
before
focus
they
on
happen, before they
separating
become
ads so we
habits
can
which
have
become
like an actual
deeply
random
ingrained
update.
as a
Cool.
part
I
of a
really
dog's
like
You got some
everyday
stuff.
life.
As you watch the Serious Puppy Training videotape, pay close attention to the owners as well as the puppies. The mistakes they make are the same mistakes you
Do
will
you wanna know
make
something
during the coming
depressing?
weeks
What?
with your own puppy.
All these dogs are dead
But
now.
with lots of practice, anyone can
You
overcome
sure?
these
When was
problems.
this released?
Every puppy is unique, and each will
1987.
present a certain challenge to its
All
owner.
these dogs are dead. And if they're not, they're
Nessie,
like
our
40
little Red
something.
Island Terrier, was very shy and fearful
Aw.
at first, but gained enough confidence to play with other dogs and be handled by 4 people at once.
I wish I could be handled with 4 people at once.
I'm glad I don't have to.
Akitas, like Geisha here, are usually plotters and must be jollied along to get them moving.
No.
All puppies are easily distracted.
They called that
but Jack
puppy
Denali
Geisha?
Really had a mind of his
Isn't
own,
Geisha
and
like a
sometimes kept
Japanese
the whole class waiting.
streetwalker?
Eventually, even he learned to pay attention.
Is that what they are? Streetwalkers? I don't know much about what they actually are.
Fallon,
I just thought they were dancers.
was not a very good listener, so
I
his
thought it was
fingers
a
had to
sex
work
thing.
extra hard.
I don't
to
know,
keep
it might
him
be.
I think everything's a sex thing, though.
True.
Lady Chumley, the little American staff.
Lady
kept trying to
Chumley!
trip up her
Oh,
owner
what a name.
Until she learned how to heel on one side only. Sheena was our crazy Labrador mix who confused Amaya for a chew toy. Learning a simple command like sit became behavior training for both of them. Golden retrievers like
We're
Cedar
going to get
and labs
conflicting
like
information,
Charlotte
by
are
the way.
sometimes a
They're
bit
using
rigid.
treat rewards
With
here.
lots of attention, they settle down.
And in the
Even
next
the
video, I
children.
know for a fact that he says that you shouldn't.
By far the most important aspect of behavior and temperament training is training dogs not to bite people, specifically not to bite children. I think here we have to get all owners to realize that all dogs are potential biters. And so the onus should be on all owners to train them not to bite people from the start, before it becomes a big problem with the dog's an adult. With a young
Otherwise,
puppy,
we'll have
obviously
to
you
put
can't
them
go to
down.
classes until the pup is at least 3 months
The owners
old.
get to
and
walk
it's how
away
much shots
as
against
if nothing
parvovirus and
happened.
distemper. The advantage of this tape is you can start
That is
training
one
in
annoying
the
thing.
home. Give the puppy a day to get used to his new surroundings, and the next day get out the tape and the puppy
Someone
can start
who's
training
raised
it.
an asshole dog.
Okay, so enough of the introduction.
Then has that dog
Let's go
put
to
down
class.
because it attacked a child, and then they're free to get another dog.
Yeah. Treat your puppy right.
Welcome to puppy training class. We're going to do a number of things here. The first is I'm going to teach you how to teach your dogs basic obedience. Come, heel, sit, down, stand, stay. In fact, we're going to do more than that. I'm going to teach you how you can teach your friends and the rest of your family to teach the dogs basic obedience. The other thing is, if dogs make a few little mistakes in this room, firstly, I don't mind. I will clear it up. What I do care about is what you do. I want you very, very quickly to shout the dog's name. So if Rover's taking a leak or Rover's forming a little pile, I want you to say, Rover! Hopefully that
A
will
little
startle
pile.
the dog and contract just about every sphincter in the dog's body.
What if it's a big pile?
So it will stop in mid-flow. Then you grab the dog, grab the leash, get outside and let it finish. Because you're going to be outside with a dog that still wants to go. When he goes, you're going to praise him. Okay? That's a learning experience.
Good girl, Chumley. Good girl. Good
You want to see a big pile? You come for a walk with me and Benchy.
Of course, the problem is
They
how
barely
do you
fit
know
in
when
the
the
little
dog's going
baggies.
to eliminate, so be there to praise it.
Big poop.
One of the best ways
Sometimes
to
they're too
predict
baggy
when a dog
jobs.
will eliminate, if we haven't got the luxury of spending all day at home watching the dog, is to crate train it or put it on a short tie down. That once the dog has been closely confined, say
Oh,
for
what?
an hour, if you then take it outside and run it around, the odds are very good that it will want to urinate.
I don't like how he's saying it rather than them.
This is the 80s, though.
I don't care. He's meant to be like really good with puppies.
We're watching a dog take a piss!
Yeah, that needs to go in the intro.
It'll quickly become obvious that a major part of the tape is play sessions with the
I used
puppies.
to Snapchat Tori
This is
sometimes
not
when I
just
would
because
look
play
out the
sessions
window
are
and
a
see
lot of
Archie
fun
looking
for
at
the
poop.
puppies and for the human participants alike, but because this is an extremely important aspect of the puppy's development. This is where the puppies learn how to play, they develop their confidence, and so they would much rather play than fight. See, poor old Ness is still hiding under there. We're a little frightened there.
Because out here, bitch.
Okay, now I want you to listen up. It looks
Make
like
sure
the
your
dogs are having a
bitch is
good
getting
time,
comfortable.
right? All apart from the party pooper Nessie here, who just decided to come out and have a sniff. But playing
If
with
it's,
other
what, if it's
dogs
like
is
I
very
remember it, get
enjoyable.
used to hearing the word
So this
bitch.
is
No,
the
no,
last
that's
time they
different.
do
That's a
it.
different one?
That's
Without you
John
joining
Footer's
in.
button.
It's very important. I'm not saying
sworn that one had it too,
dogs
though,
don't
'cause
play
they kept-
anymore. What
No,
I'm
he
saying
says
is I don't want
cheats.
these dogs playing and having a good time if you aren't a part of it.
Cheats.
Because if this happens, what we're doing here is we're setting up a tremendous distraction to training. That you'll find that training works fine in this room when I'm here to look after the dogs, and it works fine at home when you got the food bowl in your hand, but you go out in the park and your dog sees another dog and it's gone. Because the dog would
Yeah.
much rather play with other dogs than come when you call it. So next week,
That's
playing with
right.
other dogs, we have to take that big distraction and turn it into a reward. All right? Okay, let's all grab our dogs and put them back on leash, and then you'll sit in your places.
Just grab them. Yeah,
Okay, we'll keep
grab
Nessie
'em.
off leash now, so that if she wants, she can poke her nose out and build up some Dutch courage and come out on her own accord. You'll find that she'll be
Some what?
much more likely to come out when the other dogs are
Dutch
tied up.
courage?
What's
But
Dutch
don't
courage?
say anything to her.
I have
Don't
never
look
heard
at
of
her
that
if she
before.
comes and
Do
sits
you get it
next
out
to
of a
her.
Dutch
Just ignore
oven?
her for a while.
If anything, that's where it must come from, right?
Is that a?
Quit it.
Is it
Thank
racist?
you. Good. If he does that and you can't stop him right away, just don't have him on your lap. This is a really important thing to remember about a reprimand. If you're trying to stop the dog doing something, whatever you're doing isn't stopping the dog, then do something else. And I would just say, hold this end of the leash, stand up, knock him on the floor, and then just walk out in the middle there so he can't sniff
You
another
what?
dog when he's not in your lap. And we'll soon see about this. You're going to be
Knock
a
him
little
on the
terror,
floor?
I can tell that.
This guy's
we shall
rough.
see, we shall see.
He's brutal.
What we're going to do is now we're going to
I think it's just his
dogs off
language,
leash,
though.
like some of the children, and we're going to see how much control we have over them. We're going to see how much social attraction
Bring
we have
in your
towards
kid
us.
as well
We're
as your
trying
dog,
to
you
get them to
jerk.
come to us when we call them, and trying to get them to follow us around.
But
I hope they
try
all
and
go
get
to the
them to
kid.
Just by making it fun for them
You have to
do.
remember these things for when you're raising
So
your
we'll
kid.
start with this doggy over here.
You'll knock them
Start
on the
with
floor
What's
when
the
they're being
difference?
loud.
What I want you to do
Exactly.
is to go up the other end of the room, right over here. And when I say, let's call Cedar, and if Cedar comes, you know, say, good dog, give
Cedar
Cedar a
doesn't
big
look
kiss when
that
we get
excited.
there. Okay. That's it, lots of praise. Lovely.
That was a cut. That was
That's
total
what we
cut.
want. Big
I
How
saw-
long
I
is-
noticed the
Thank you,
cut.
Cedar.
How long until
Back
they
the
got
other
the
way.
dog
Still
up?
going back the other way. Where's he going, eh? Where's he going? Where's he going? Okay. Beautiful. Okay, back to your place and put Cedar on the leash. Beautiful. Come on, Charlotte, little sausage. You go up the other end.
So aside from this being a documentary about one of these
Take it to you to call Charlotte.
training sessions, are we meant to be taking any notes on this? Like,
Okay,
are we
call
learning
Charlotte.
anything?
I guess if we really paid attention, maybe.
But otherwise,
I want
it's
you all
just
to remember
watching him
that little
teach,
picture you saw
and we're
of
not
the
getting,
dog running
and then we
happily
have to
towards
try
its
to.
owner, and
I
the
don't know.
owner saying, thank you very much for coming. You can go back the other way.
Yes, I know.
Call Charlotte. Very nice. Now we're going to take it very easy with this guy because he hasn't even been out yet. So we'll just give him a couple of times and don't worry if he just runs for help or runs for shelter. We won't worry about it at all this week, okay? Okay, it's a little difficult to go by that big doggy.
No,
That's good. All right. And you want to try calling again? Lots of enthusiasm, okay?
Finally, a dog more cowardly than Chester.
Casey's got some
Well,
huge
come on,
socks
here we go,
on.
all of you. Come on. Let's go. That's right. Okay. You see, this is not working if you're
Is
just sitting
Geisha
there
crossed with
and
Shiba
calling the
Inu?
dog.
Looks like
That's
it's
not
crossed
much
with
fun
Shiba
for the
Inu.
puppy.
No idea.
Let's go with
You should ask
Lady
them.
Chumley.
Maybe.
Okay, wakey wakey. I'm afraid you're going to have to get on the floor for this, Lady Chum. Can't spend your whole life
Lady
in mum's
Chumley.
lap. Here we go. Ready, steady, go. Good dog.
Whee.
Very nice. All right. Do you want me to call that?
Aww.
Just let go.
Ah!
Oh, bit of competition. Okay, let's just try that again. Now, when you're calling Chum, it's a real good lesson there. It's no good just saying, Chum, come here. The Chum sees that little Westie there hiding. That's much more fun to visit than to come to you. So let's have a lot of animation when we call
Eat
this
your
time,
beard.
okay? You've got to be more attractive than all the puppies in this room. Okay, what we're going to do
Oh,
now is to do
yeah.
some following
Wait.
around the room.
It didn't happen. It didn't work.
He's saying puppers.
Puppies? I think that might just be Zach's one.
Okay, back to your
Still.
place. Not bad. Okay, we could remotely call that following, right? Not by any interpretation of the definition could we call it healing. Just stay there and keep calling.
Are we going to have like a montage where
Good,
eventually...
right. Back this way. A little scratch.
There
Give
we
it a
go.
pet. Back this way. Back over here.
I ain't going that way, motherfucker.
Come on, squat down.
Failed. Bum-bum.
That's
Cannot be
better.
trained.
Good dog.
Yay!
Slowly realize
Puppy.
now is that training It's not a one-way street. Training is a two-way street. Your dog is trying to train you just as quickly as you're training your dog. If your dog goes too far ahead, it's the human nature to want to follow the dog and off we go after it. If the dog slows down and stops, we stand still. I don't want you to do that. At all costs, I want you to keep walking. Okay? You must keep walking if you want the dog to follow. The dog can't follow you if you aren't going anywhere, right? Off we go.
Right.
Oh.
That's it. Back this way. Nice turn. You see how Balin turns when he realizes you aren't going all the way? Keep going. Keep walking. That's it. Okay,
But
back to
there's
your
other
place.
dog
Where's
away.
your dog? Where's your dog? Don't forget your dog. Here we go. Come on.
Aw, she forgot her
Very
dog.
nice.
She should remember it. Maybe that can be your quote for Sunday.
Where's your dog?
That's it.
Where's
Keep going,
your
keep going.
dog?
Come on, quickly, clap your hands. That's a nice turn. Keep walking. Keep going. Very good. Whatever the dog does, do the opposite. So if the dog runs ahead of you, I want you to stop or turn around and go backwards. If the dog's going slowly, I want you to speed up and make yourselves more exciting. The dog's saying, hey, you're boring. So squeak a little, clap your hands together and run off. If the dog goes left,
Squeak a little.
you turn right. If the dog goes right, you turn left. So whatever the dog does wrong, however it improvises on the healing pattern, you do the opposite. You accentuate the dog's mistake and do it quickly and make it fun. Off you go all the way. That's right. And run back this way really quickly. Run back. We approach training with a reward-oriented training method. We try and teach the dogs what we want them to do before we get on their case for screwing up. That way training is much more enjoyable. Okay, we've seen what the dogs will do
He's sitting on a
using
rock.
social attraction as a lure.
But it wasn't
Now
a
let's see what
rock.
they will
No, it
do
was.
using food as a lure.
It was a rock monster.
No,
Just a little bit of food in my hand
I'll
here.
eat your whole
It's a
hand.
real nice way to get a dog to come to you. That I'm a lot more attractive now, and I don't know Jack from Adam, but the dog has a lot more reason to come to me if I have a little bit of food. You want Jack to heel? And sit.
He's tasting the food, making sure it's good.
Down.
Yeah.
Good dog. And sit. And stand. And sit.
We don't know what it
Good
is.
dog. Gently. Yes, you got to learn to take it gently. I nearly took my finger as well.
Brand
Okay.
name. Trademark.
Come here.
Would not work for Chester then.
We touch the collar. See what we all have to do?
Maybe it's
We ask
chopped
the dog to
liver.
come and to sit. Sits without us touching it, then we touch the collar. Okay? Let's just do that over a few times. This is what you want to do all the time. Come here. And
I still
sit.
don't agree, like
the collar,
the fact that he
give it
keeps
a
saying
food.
it.
You'll find after you've done this 20
real
or 30
weird.
times,
He's gonna have to
Jack
get
thinks
used to it, I
it's
think,
really good
because
news when you touch my
he's
collar.
not going to
Sit.
change.
We touch the collar, gets the food. If you're going to feed the dog anyway,
He
you might
puts
as well
the
feed it
lotion
one
in the
hand because of its
basket.
dog food this way. So as we move our hand, the dog's nose follows it. So we're luring the dog into position. Since we know it's going to sit or to lie down, now we can put the words in first. Because we aren't really training the dog to sit or to lie down. The dogs know how to
Give
sit
to me.
and how to lie down. We're training them to do it on command. So we say, Jack, sit. And then we move our hand. Jack, down. And we move our hand. He doesn't lie down immediately. We just keep our hand there. And then we just wait. 1, 2, good dog. And praise Jack when we lie down. So what we're going to do from now on is we're going to have the dogs come and then sit.
Oh, we got some
Sit without
things.
us touching them.
Cool.
Then we'll touch the collar. Give it the food.
I think my dogs will do the
Okay, so
come
all
here thing
those
occasionally.
4 ingredients there.
Actually,
We
we'll
ask the
sit.
dog to come. Why? Because we're
Yeah,
here
but then
and
it
the
actually
dog's
does this
there.
thing where he kind of
We ask
pushes
it
off
to
the
sit.
ground and falls
So the
over
dog
and
just
gets
doesn't come and
attacked.
say, hi
Yeah.
there, bye-bye, and off he goes again. We
He
want
does
the dog
that
to
sometimes
sit
when he's on my
without
lap.
us
He's
touching
going
it,
towards
so the
the,
dog
like off the
learns
couch.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jeebus, what are you doing?
It does not learn to sit.
I
because
think
we
he's
push down on
learned that
its
he
butt
will
and
be
yank up
protected,
on its
or he's
collar.
had a brain
The
injury,
dog learns
and
when we
like
say sit,
it's like
or we
wee.
get the hands to sit, that you sit. Then we can make the dog sit even if it is 2 yards from us. But if you're training a dog to sit by pulling up on its collar and pushing down on its butt, then if the dog is just 1 yard from you, you can't get it to sit. And why do we have the dog trained to sit there while we reach for it by the collar? So that when we do it, and the dog doesn't run off. We want the dog to welcome us to take it by its collar. There's a good dog. Okay. You know how to sit? Okay. So we just back up, say, Charlotte, come here. Good dog. We get a little food for coming. And come again. This time. Good dog. He's a good dog. Yes, I know. Oh, yes, okay. Good dog. So I don't bother to put the words in until I know we're going to do it.
So basically, we watched 20 minutes of this video, right? And he's told us that we have to teach our dogs how to sit.
Yes.
And that's what we take
Now we
away
can
from the
say sit
tape.
as well. Charlotte, come
Yes.
here. Charlotte, sit.
For someone who's like created his own label called Serious Puppy Training, which isn't a very well made video. It's just
Well, I mean, he is showing us how to do stuff.
Charlotte, come here, come on.
yeah, by having a cameraman sit in on one of his normal training sessions.
Sure.
He's not trying any extra hard
And we get the
to
food.
be showing off. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't
there
think
are-
it's a very good instructional video. That's all.
And we now sit.
It's more just watching puppies at this point.
Down.
No puppy.
Yeah, you get both. You get the best of both worlds. You get told how to do things, and you get to watch cute
And if we
puppies
don't
do
know how to
it.
lie down, that's fine. We just don't get the food. And lift your hand up, don't touch. And sit.
No
Touch
food?
the collar, give it the food. Very nice. Let's do it once more for luck. Okay. Do it once more. All right.
Wait, don't take me
Cover
for
your
my
eyes this time.
mama.
There she is. Okay, cool.
Chumley, come. Good girl.
Sit.
Sit. Sit.
Very nice. And back to your place. Very good.
Take that, Lady Chumley.
Lower hand a little.
Aww.
Now back over the top of her head, that's it. If she jumps up, then your hand is held too high. So just lower it until she goes down on all four paws, and then backwards over the back of her head, over the top of her head. Here we go. Small
Wait,
again.
no.
And sit. Good dog. Whoops.
She doesn't say the command.
Good
What do you
dog.
expect?
That's it. Now it's much more difficult for you to position her than it is a big old moose like Jack. Any tiny error with your hand movement and the dog's standing on his hind legs. Whereas with a big old moose like Jack over there, the owner has to make a big gross error like this to get the dog up on its hind legs. So you have to be very careful, very little movements, minor adjustments.
And she won't get on his hind legs
Don't
because
say
he's
no.
more than a moose.
Touch the collar, give it the
If you want
food.
him on his
And
hind
back
legs,
up
he has to
again.
cuddle you. Did he do
Yeah.
that to Grandpa yesterday,
Don't say
cuddling?
no.
Or was
It's
it just
not a
you?
no, 'cause she doesn't
Sorry?
know what's right.
Did Banshee
So
cuddle
just
Grandpa
wait till
yesterday,
she's
or
sitting
just
there
you?
and say,
I don't know. I think he went up to him.
Okay,
I
back
don't
up
know
a
if
little
he-
way.
He jumped up on someone yesterday.
He jumped up on me.
There you go. He cuddled
Lift
you.
your
I
hand
just
up,
remember him
don't touch
jumping
her
up.
till she's
Yeah.
too high. She's
It's a bit
jumping
of
Bench has
a-
always liked me, though.
Lift your hand above
It's
her
a bit of
nose.
a,
Backwards.
I don't know.
Backwards.
He's too much. He's too much dog for him to be doing that without you being ready.
Yeah, I wasn't ready when he did it,
Back
but
over like this. Good dog.
I
Okay,
think
if
he
you
was
jump
happy
in
on the
the air
couch
like
with me,
this, then your hand's too high. Okay, we're jumping like this. So just lower your hand down. So we get four paws on the ground. Then move it backwards, just over her head. Too high, we go
I can
down
taste
again.
the smell.
Back over her head. Here we go, sausage. And we wait till we sit
Her name
down.
is Sausage?
And we give her a little bit of food. See if we can go down to good dog. And sit again. Sheena, sit. Stand. And sit. We want to move our hand really calmly. We don't want any jerky movement like this, or else we get the dog all excited.
You
and
gotta-
jump all
you gotta
over
say the
place.
word.
Keep your hand nice and calm.
Man, dogs can understand
back
more
down
words
the
than
other
you
end,
think.
Pull again. Backwards over her head.
But I think
Don't
his
lower
point
her hand
is
down.
there's no point teaching them
That's
the
it.
word till they
Very
know
nice.
the action.
What you're doing there, okay? If you lift your hand
Yeah, but
up,
when they do
don't
the
bring it
action, then you
down
have to
again, you're
say
going
the
up with a
word.
noddy dog
Yeah,
in the back of the
I
car,
went
just going up
to
and
puppy
down.
school
Lift
over
your hand
the other
up,
side of
get
Geelong.
down
We
there.
actually did one of those
Touch the collar,
horse training
give her the
things.
food.
He's
Very
pretty good
nice.
doing that, but he's
Now
still
back
just
up and do it again.
brain dead
Back
when
up
you
a
get him
little
out
ways.
on the street and he sees something he likes.
Okay, pull it.
Yeah.
Hold your hand out.
He's actually a
Lift
very
it up little.
obedient dog
Touch
when
the
he's
collar,
listening to
give her
you,
the
but
food.
he has this
Hold
weird
on
thing
there,
where he
we
gets
go back the other
overexcited,
way.
and I can't fix
Okay, go
that.
halfway back.
No, I
As
think
much as I
that's-
try.
That's fine. And pull
Some
it.
dogs just have it, I think. I feel like...
Well,
And the thing is, like, if you get rid of that aspect of his personality, like,
Touch the collar.
that's
Very
kind of
nice.
shitty. Like,
it's most of his personality.
It's-
He gets excited for the first 5 minutes and then just goes and relaxes.
it's like Chester is
Very nice.
overwhelming,
Do it
but
again.
I wouldn't change him
Touch it
because
again,
he's
so
just...
if you're standing up and he lifts
He's
his
so
Get him to
interesting
settle after a little
and
bit.
fun
And
to have around. If he suddenly became like,
Very good.
oh, I
Touch
don't
the
want to
collar,
do that
give him the
because,
food.
like,
This time I want him to
I
sit
was taught
and
not
lie
to.
down, okay?
It would be like having a different dog, and I don't want a different dog. I want Chester.
And sit. And down.
And And you're never changing Archie. He is so set in his ways.
And lie down again. And sit again.
What's this pup doing?
And keep him there. And stand.
It's definitely a game to this pup.
Stand and lie down. This is difficult. Just keep your hand palm down. Good dog. Jack, sit. Good dog. There's a good dog. And down. Good.
With all
dog.
this
There's a good
repetition,
dog.
who's getting reinforced right
Down.
here? Is it just
So
us?
quickly I move the food down right
Yes.
between his forepaws and sit. Dog. Jack, down.
Could they charge more for the video if they had more footage? Is that what this is?
Come here.
I guess so.
Good dog. And
Like,
sit.
it goes for 9 minutes, therefore we can charge $120?
Is that what it's
Good dog. Give him
worth?
the
No,
mouth
that
in
was
3
the
seconds.
internet one.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, Jesus Christ. $120 for that freeloader's guide that was outdated within a year.
Good dog. See him pouring, it means he's going to go down. So we just
ADSL
take
would have
a
only
little time,
been
keep
like
the food
2-3
there.
years
Go
off,
on.
right, at that point?
Yeah.
Now down.
When did ADSL come here?
Now that you're making him stand up.
Hard.
You see? You asked him to sit, and then
I'm
you
not
go
sure.
down right out here. So how's he going to get
Because
to
once
the
that
food? He's
became
got
a
to stand up
thing,
to get to it.
that
Now
video
you know you
became
haven't been working
pretty
too
much
with him
irrelevant.
lying down when he's standing up. So we've got a little
She's
problem.
getting cold
We've
up.
got to get him to lie down from the standing position. We've got to keep our hand here, keep it down. It's pouring us, that's a good sign. See if we can slip through here, see if we do this.
Licking the floor.
Good dog.
That's cheating.
That's so smart!
That's cheating.
That's so smart! I love that.
Finally, there's actually a reason why I think he should have all these accreditations to
Soon
himself.
becoming hand signals.
That's cute.
We'll say to the dog that there are lots and lots of things that you like doing. Well, now you just have to say please first. If you want to go out the front door for a walk, you have to sit first. If you want your dinner, you have to sit and heel. If you want to sit in my lap, you have to sit first. Everything that the dog finds enjoyable, do it first. This is the dog's way of saying please.
Tell you one thing that'll make sure to hear.
You come to
Chester
class,
is
you
actually
watch
really
videotape
good with
to learn
not
how to
eating his
do it.
food until I
You
challenge him.
train your dog in the home, in your backyard, when you get
He will
walks
sit
on
there
the
and he'll look
street,
at it,
in
and he'll get really
parks,
close to
people
it.
come to the house.
Then she'll
That's
sit and wait
basic
when we're going to
canine
go for a
courtesy.
walk before leaving the house. But if he gets impatient,
to realise the
he
difference
doesn't
between
go
behaviour
to
and
a little
if we
bit
take
excited.
biting
He
as an
goes to
example,
almost
the dog
knocking down the
bites
front
you,
door.
that's behaviour. But why
If
it
I
bites
leave
you,
him there
that's
just
to
a
do with
little
dog's
bit too
temper.
long,
When the dogs are playing like this, it's a real good idea to get your hands in now to make sure
and
they
he is
know
around
the
50
difference between you
kilos, so
and
he
the
could
flesh
probably break
and
through that
dog
thing if he wanted
They
to.
shouldn't mouth
He
your
could,
hands
yeah, no
or
doubt.
bite your hands when they go in there. It's normal for a dog to bite. When a dog's upset, he's not going to send you a poison pen letter or go or anything like this. He's just going to bite you. It's as simple as that. People must realise that biting is a normal behaviour of all dogs, and the onus is on the owner to train the dog to prevent it from biting. First behaviour we want to deal with is biting behaviour.
That's one of the main things I got out of
puppies
Banshee.
should be biting now.
Sorry?
It's one of the main things I got out of Banshee.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
They have
will not
sharp
bite
teeth
anymore.
and they're
I can
mouthing all the
treat him
time,
all sorts
so
of bad. He
they
gets
can
real
learn
crappy at me
that
and
biting
starts like
hurts.
growling
That's
and
exactly
going to
what
do
we
that
have
bite
to teach
motion,
them.
but
The
as
same
soon as it
way
gets to
they
your
would
face,
learn
he
that
flicks.
if they were
Yeah,
Way
Archie's the
out of
same.
it.
puppies,
Way
like
out.
were
Chester's very
play
much the
session.
same too.
When
Neither
this
is
guy
a
bites too hard, the bitee goes and then isn't going to play anymore. And so poor old Jack says, please play with me, please play with me. And eventually the dog that he bit will say, all right, as long as you're more gentle.
Oh yeah, they
And
still
Jack's
use
a
that
lot more gentle. He learns now
in the training
that
that I
bites
got
are
trained.
hard.
Is you if they're
It's
biting you,
important
you
that
squeal,
this guy learns
and then you
that
stop and you walk
before
away.
he's a couple of months older.
Yeah.
Because when he's a
That was
couple of months
pretty much
older,
it.
he's got jaws that could just take your arm off. He just bites you and your arm drops off.
Banshee
And
would.
your arm drops
We're going
off.
to teach him to
He
inhibit
bites you and
biting.
your arm drops off.
But we're going to do it in several
Yeah,
steps.
you could do it.
It would be
Eventually
really
pull your arm out of
silly
your
to
socket
indiscriminately
easily.
punish him every time
Easily.
he bites us. And he bites us like this to say, no, bad dog. Because what's going to happen then is he's going to say, all right, I won't bite you. So he's not going to bite dad, but he's still biting mum and perhaps kids that come to the house. So what we're going to do is to let him continue to mouth us for a while, but we're going to have several rules. The first rule then is no hard bites. So we keep our finger in his mouth and we wait until he bites hard and we go, ow! Good dog when he lets go.
That explains
And he
why
learns that
Chester
hurts.
doesn't
So
bite.
Next time we have a hand in
Does
his
he tell
mouth,
you?
he's going to be a lot
Well, that's what I would do.
gentle.
Just that was my natural reaction. Like, ow, I'm not playing with you anymore.
He's just holding
Yeah.
my hand really gently now. Good.
Ta-da! He didn't have to pay all the
Okay.
money to get
Let him
chained.
know that you still love him. But you still
I
love the
did.
dog. It's just this obnoxious fighting behavior.
To be fair,
that I don't
Banshee's a
like.
lot more obedient than both of my dogs combined.
No pressure at all.
After the first 5
What we're
minutes,
gonna do
after he's
is
settled down a
jack
little,
his
yeah.
mouth in
Well, he's not really
this.
obedient
not
then, he's just
hurting us,
tired.
But he's bearing down.
No, because he'll listen to your words and do what you say. And
Kind
it's
of.
just he has this weird thing in his brain where he'll just not listen when he's a little bit excited. Then he'll get tired and he'll do anything you ask him.
Doggy friends have to be very careful with human skin. That's exactly what
This
we
is the
want Jack
strangest
to
beer
learn.
I've ever had.
When you're
Yeah?
mouthing humans,
I kind of like it.
I don't. It's not that I don't like it. It's just strange.
And the first rule we're going to have
Probably
is
the kombucha.
mouthing is okay,
Yeah.
because that's what it will be. It will be mouthing, it won't be biting anymore. It'll be gently mouthing in our hand. Mouthing is okay until I say stop.
I think kombucha just means that it's got a
Rule
scum
one,
on the
no hard
top,
bites.
like
Rule
a
two,
one of
no
those
pressure at all.
mold
Once the dog has learned to
that
inhibit
you
its
get on the
biting,
yogurt.
we're
You
now
take it off
dealing
and
with
you go, the
mouthing.
yogurt underneath is still
Rule
fine.
3, mouthing is okay until the owner says
Oh,
stop.
to
And
summarize,
finally, rule 4, dogs may never initiate mouthing. We first just train the dog not to bite. Then we think about the reason why it's biting. Because it lacks confidence, because it's fearful, because it's aggressive.
When we have a little puppy like this, it's cute, it's cuddly, we tend to forget that sometimes these little puppies
Hey,
are going to grow
that
up
puppy's
to be
got a name.
huge
It's
dogs
Lady.
like this. And try to imagine this little squirming thing here about 4 or 5 times her size. What we want to do is prepare her now while she is easy
Oh,
and
puppy.
little to handle, that when she does grow up to be this big, we can do things like this to her without getting kicked in the face. Let's first try to think of all the different ways the dog will be handled when it is an adult. And let's do that to the puppy now while it's still real little. So the first thing I can think of is maybe how a veterinarian would handle it. Okay, the veterinarian's going to look into the dog's ears. Okay, they're going to look inside the mouth. Open the mouth up, look inside. Ooh, what pretty teeth do you have? Okay, try
Yeah,
that
Banshee
gently.
quite
See
lets
what
me
she does.
lets me stick my whole fist in his mouth and my finger down his throat because we did that when I was a pup.
Look at your big teeth and your great.
That's how I get the pills in. I
So,
just
you
I
see
actually
that
pop
this
them
is
into his. He
really
can't stop
difficult
the
to do.
swallow motion.
And if
He's
for
like,
some reason
"Oh."
we needed to look inside of her mouth, suppose she had a fishbone or something caught in her teeth. We don't want to be struggling like
fishbone?
this to try to get her mouth
Why has she
open.
got a fishbone?
One, either you're going to get bitten very severely, or the veterinarian is, or she's going to have this fishbone caught in her throat, and you're going to have, to do a lot of surgery on her. So it'd be a lot easier to right now just get her used to this. But we're going
Or
to start
not
out
feed her
very,
fishbones.
very gently. We know now that she doesn't like to have her mouth handled.
Can't give my doggos any bones because they'll just choke.
Because they're little.
They get too excited.
We
And you
give
want her to
Banshee
do
chicken
that.
bones and
And only that.
they're
for
not
one
going to get
day.
stuck because they don't
And
even
then
touch the
second day
sides.
after she's accepting this very
Well, I think it's
nicely.
also that like they smell. Well, there was meat on this, and I want that, so I'm gonna try and eat it.
There. Oh, you got a tooth over
No,
there
he
too.
chews up
How
all the bones.
exciting. But just feel it all around.
No, it's
Maybe your
I mean, my
fingers
dogs would be
too.
like that.
They are. Okay, so if you're going to clip these toenails, it's going to be a real major battle. So what can we do to convince her that this isn't such a bad thing after all? Give her some food, okay? Associate it with something that she really, really likes. Do you want that? Do you want that?
That doesn't always
Grab
work.
this foot.
Chester is terrified
There.
of having his lead put on.
I'm like, do you want
Yeah.
this? I'm going to grab this foot.
No matter what we do, we can't get him to not be
Okay,
scared.
sometimes it can be food, but there's probably other things that she likes
It's
too.
bizarre.
If she likes playing with toys, she can hold the toy.
Because
up
every
and
time he gets his lead on, he's going somewhere he loves and he knows that.
If you're gonna play with
So as
it,
soon as
Sharon,
it's
let me
on,
hand
he's
you
excited
this.
and like, yay, we're going
Grab
somewhere.
the toy and let her
But
play.
until before you get it on, he's like, no, stay away, stay away. I'm not into this.
For many dogs, a visit to the veterinarian is a terrifying experience.
And he's not food
When
orientated.
this dog visits the veterinarian,
Not really, no.
you can see
Yeah.
the benefit of
Sometimes
handling
he is.
exercises.
But when he is scared, he
Lulu is going to
has no
experience
interest in
exactly
food
the
at all.
same handling she was exposed to as a puppy. Look at how calm and relaxed Lulu is when the veterinarian is examining her, just as we tried to examine Lady Chumley. Can you imagine what a nightmare it would be
Chumley.
if this pit bull had never been handled in this manner? She would probably be thrashing around and totally impossible to control.
Talking about puppy behaviors.
I know, right?
Lesson 2.
Okay.
Yay, we're up to second
Say
lesson.
hello to the dogs and then.
We passed.
Oh, yes, you're a cutie.
Only one more hour left.
I like how he just not
Okay,
gives a
let's
shit
just
about
let
the
him off
owners. He's
leash.
just like, yeah,
They want to
dogs.
play with each other.
That's his thing.
Aww.
Looks like all the dogs having a great time. Apart
Take
from
that, Lady Chumley.
Little Westie hiding there, and Geisha the Akita's
Well, we
a
learned
little
that
bit
last half
uptight,
hour.
but she's going to get into playing sooner or later.
Akita. She's an Akita.
Yeah, when hackles are up like that, it's not necessarily a sign of aggressiveness. It's a sign that she's a little uptight with what's going on. But she's doing her best to play. All this is too much for her, and the growling and the hackles raising is not her being aggressive.
Have you witnessed
She should have
Banshee's
said, "I don't
hackles?
like this, I'm a little
Sorry?
unsure
Have you
of it."
witnessed Banshee's hackles?
Probably.
Like actually paid attention? He has this line down his spine, and all of those hairs stand up like straight. He puts his ridge up and basically makes him look like he's fucking
Cool.
yeah,
Like a Spinosaurus.
kinda.
Oh, look, there's Nessie having a little play under the chairs.
Okay, now I want you all to listen up. What we're going to do now is use this as a reward.
That was a
Pull the dogs
we'll
for
put
the
this
play
audio
session,
in later,
and the deal
I think.
is, when
I
they
think
come,
so, yeah.
they can go back playing
Or it
again.
was just on a different
So we're
line.
going to use the play session as a reward for coming. Let's do it with Sheena here. Why don't you come over here to me?
Don't trip over the dogs.
Let's call Sheena.
Yo, Blight, what's up?
Just stand still.
We're watching some dogs get trained.
That's it.
Yeah,
Stand
training
on the
doggy
floor. Just stay where you
videos.
are.
How you doing, dude?
Now call her again.
Tell us about your puppy training experience.
That's it.
That's what we want to know about.
And
Yeah.
get away. Stand where you are. That's good. Let's call Sheena again. Good dog. Lots of praise.
I love how they all run over like, yes, is there food?
All of our names
Do
is
you
Sheena.
have food?
I'm Spiderkiss.
Some food. Come on, let's get her excited.
Aww, that's sad time.
Everyone should have a
Stay good
dog.
play. That's it. Very nice. You come over here.
Dogs are
Where's
the
Sean on
greatest.
soda? Come on.
No, that's it.
You come
Come
over
some
here.
more.
Stay put.
Might be a bad idea. I don't know, just watch this video and you'll be good at it.
Yeah, we've still got another hour of this one, and if you decide you get a Shitzu, that's what we're going to watch next. It's a specific Shitzu video.
Get the food down, Chum's nose quickly, back up. Back
I've
up.
never been a cat person.
If you're calling the dog,
Shitzu.
don't walk towards
Honestly,
it like
never been a
Charlotte
cat
did,
person.
taking the food over here, or don't even reach down towards it.
Maybe because
Back up,
every
it's all
time
up to you.
there's been a cat in my family.
Must get him to come to
It's
you.
always just
Two
been-
yards, that's it. Good
I don't know if
dog.
cats are all like this, but
Let's
just
put the dogs on a leash and
boring.
sit down.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah, that's
use
okay.
Jack since we're talking
Yeah.
about him, and just go over really quickly what we did last week. Come on, wakey sausage. Yeah, just drop the leash.
it's good in relaxing moments, but you know,
We started
otherwise
off
it's just like I would
using
rather
food
dogs
as a
where I
lure.
can like
Okay?
have those relaxing moments
So
as
we
well
know
as
what
ones
the dog's
where
going
we
to do, so we can put the
excitedly
words in.
play or
Jack, sit. Good dog.
go for a
And then
walk.
praise him for doing it. And maybe reward him for doing it. And since we've got this food in our hand as a lure, you can sometimes get that bit of food as a reward. Sometimes. Okay? Same way, we can get him to come to us. Jack, come. And sit. Good dog. Touch the collar. We've all got to
They've
do
been
this week.
practicing.
Jack, come
Yeah.
here. And sit. Good dog. Touch the collar. Jack, come here. And sit. Touch the collar. Bit of food.
You've missed the first 37 minutes of the video. They weren't before.
They were pretty crazy at first.
And sit.
Oh no, something
Good
smells nice on his
dog.
shoe.
And
Oh
come
wait,
here.
here we go.
No food for that because he was really slow.
Look at the little one in the corner, just like, oh yeah, sweet.
So if we're only going to give
I smell food.
Hey,
The rest of
Richard.
them are just playing.
You
Then
mean
we'll give
lady?
him a bit of food when it comes its
Sitting
best.
on the thing
He obviously
on
doesn't
the
give
lap
him
There she
watching.
is.
slovenly, or we can tell it 2 or 3 times to do something. You can also get Jack to heel. Come on, Jack. Come on. Good dog.
I hate that I'm going to start feeling really attached to these dogs as the video goes on more and more.
Yeah, can we have different dogs,
Knowing
please?
that they're all dead
They're
now.
all
So
dead.
we'll bring you back to the sit. And heel.
40-year-old video, these all dogs are
turn
dead.
around
Most of
again,
these
back the
people
other
are
way.
probably dead.
Good. All the way down there, all the way down. We have to keep Chumley on one side only. Okay? It doesn't matter what side, right or left. If in doubt,
Lady
choose the left.
Chumley.
That's what the American Kennel Club says. But it
It's
must
the
be
greatest
one
name
side
ever.
only.
Lady
If I
Chumley
want
is
to
my
make a
favorite.
right-hand turn here, I have to get it in
Followed
front
in
of me
second
before
by
I make that
Geisha.
turn. I want to make a left-hand turn, holding my hand back, so I can make the left-hand turn. Now we're going to start stride out.
Do you
make
think
it
we can
fun.
get
Come on, sister.
Lion to do some fan art of Lady
Steady.
Chumley and we can put it on a
Alright,
t-shirt?
sit.
Probably.
A
Good
Lady
dog.
Chumley
Heel again,
t-shirt?
And then sit.
Oh.
See how he's sitting by my side? Still
Maybe we
looking
should
for a
get
kid, but
Tori
he's
to
right
do
by
it
my
when
side.
she gets her tablet.
Come on, son.
Yeah.
Good dog.
Come on,
Draw us the Lady Chumley.
Always try walking forwards, very naturally. That's it. There's no need to keep turning to face her all the time. Lift just one hand. Just lift one hand up. You've got to bring the other one up as well. That's it. It's best your healing hand, if when you stop, you bring that forward and up like this, then the dog says, where's that food going? And it sees this other hand here, so we'll sit immediately. And sit. And stay. Chandler's been doing his homework. And stay. What you want to do is vary the time in each position. Chumley, come here.
Aw, Chumley puppy.
Now all we got to do is to start to slow Chumley down. We're going up and down really nicely, but we want to stay in position. Sit, stay. Sit, stay. It's a bit of food, another bit's right on your nose if you keep there. Sit, stay. And once we got the dog in position, then later we can teach the dog what off means.
He's
then
so
it'll stay in position
excited.
without eating our hand at the same time. Good dog. Down, stay. Off, down, stay. And sit. Good.
That's another thing Chester's really good at, is being gentle when he eats
Very
food out
quick
of your
changes
hand.
of position.
Archie gets too
Keeping it in
excited
there.
sometimes.
Sit, stay.
Yeah, how much of your hand disappears?
Good dog.
Well, not the whole thing. His mouth is only big enough to really swallow a finger, but
Sit.
Because sometimes when Banshee wants the food and gets too excited, he will lunge for it. Which he can be like easily taught not to do. Like he doesn't always do it, but when he gets excited, as I said, he loses his brain. But that lunge means that the food is here and his mouth is here, and his mouth is so big that when he lunges, I do go into the wrist. And it's like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, sorry.
Slow down, sit.
he's got a big mouth.
Very good. And heel again up towards me. And heel this
His
way.
tongue is as big as my face.
Okay, before you start, let him know, you're
sure
taking
is.
3 steps from poor old Jack. We're creeping off from him like this, sort of. Then we say, Jack, come.
She always
You know,
gets
sort
told
put
off.
dogs out of position before we start. So get him psyched up so he's paying attention
Yeah,
to
you tell her.
Here you go, Jack, sit.
That sweater vest wearing lady, she's not listening to your instructions.
Jack, heel. Come on, heel. Good dog, good dog, good dog, good dog, good dog, good dog.
She's gonna take that puppy out into the Arctic and get him to pull her sleigh, and then when she gets lost, she's gonna
And
eat it.
sit. And down. And sit.
The puppy.
Yeah, you get
Ready to
vitamin
roll
B
out. And then
poisoning.
heel around the room when you're ready.
But also, we
And
know
heel
how that
sit,
story
heel
ends.
sit. And you
Douglas
go.
Mawson.
They eat
And sit
the girl
with the right hand.
instead.
Oh no, that's the
And heel with the left
post-apocalyptic.
hand. Very good. And
That's
sit
Boy
with
Meets
the right
Dog.
hand.
That's what Fallout's based on, right?
And heel with the
Probably.
left hand.
I
Very
really,
good.
really
That's
love
speed
that
up.
movie.
Make a
That's
left
right.
turn. Speed
I only
up.
just
That's
watched it again at the
Keep
start of the
going.
year.
Keep going. Foot on the nose, quickly, and go the other
I
way.
wish it was
That's
public
lovely.
domain. I wish I could
Slow
watch it
down
on
and
cinema.
sit.
It's one of my absolute favorites.
I mean, if you break it up with
Should the
ads,
dog stick close to you? You're boring. The dog lives with you. So squeak a little, make it fun, act like a puppy, act like a child. Keep the dog on one
pull
side
out one of those
only.
squeakers and just have it in your
Heel
mouth.
with the left hand, sit signal with the right hand. And for heaven's sake, make it fun.
What if you're left-handed?
Oh,
heaven's sake,
no wonder you like a
make
vacuum
it
cleaner.
fun.
You won't need
For
feeding when you
heaven's
get home.
sake, because all
Bring
dogs
Charlotte to class
go
and
to
I have to
heaven.
feed her. Now, since we got a lot of kids in the class,
'Cause all
I'm going to
dogs are good
mention
boys.
this week.
Aw.
That we're using food as a lure to get
Yes,
the dog
even
to
girl
do what we
dogs.
want, to get it to lie down and to sit up.
Wasn't even gonna
stand,
question it.
Maybe lie
I'm
down
sure
if we're
someone,
lucky, yes,
one of
and to
the
stay in
one
position
people
and
What
to
about
heel
what
and
about
to come.
dogs that identify as
The dog is
opposite
chewing at our
genders
fingers.
or no gender?
Unlucky
Or
he is.
one of the
Sharp
good
not
boys.
biting
All
my
good
hand
boys?
off,
All good boys.
which I can't say for
Every
some
single
of
dog
the
is a
dogs
good
we've
boy.
got here.
Okay.
And since there are a lot of kids who are also moving
No
their hands away
exceptions.
like this and getting the dog all excited,
Oh, no. Oh,
we've
no.
got to have a
Oh, no.
command that means off. So this is how we're going to teach it. The bargain is that you can have this bit of food, but you can have that one for free. Take it. But this next one, you can't have this bit of food until you haven't touched it.
Get him
2
hooked on the
seconds.
first one, but
So
the
we're
next
going
one's
to
gonna
say
cost
the
you.
dog, off.
You're like
One.
a treat drug dealer.
Good dog. Take it. Now we haven't touched my hand for 2 seconds. We're now going to ask for 5. Okay, this is the new definition for off. It means don't touch my hand for 5 seconds. This is okay, touching my hand now. I want the dog to work really closely so I can say yes, and I can say no, and I can make you lie down, and I can make you sit up. And now I'm going to say off. Off. Good dog. 1, 2. Off. Good. 1, 2,
Aw, he's like, wait!
Sorry, can I cuddle?
5. Take it. Good dog. So we teach him 2 words.
I love the
off and
little
take it.
paw
Now we're gonna go up to
touch
7
there. It was like,
seconds,
okay.
I'm
Here we
sorry. I cuddle.
Off. Good dog, take it. Now we can get that for free because she pulled her nose back when I said off. So we'll give it the food right away. Let's go for 7 seconds now. Charlotte, off. Good dog. 1, 2, good dog, Charlotte. 3, good dog. 4, good dog. 5.
Come on, your
now
seconds are
we'll
longer
go
than
back.
seconds.
6, 7, take it.
This command is a great help to stop the dog from mouthing the kids and to stop the dog from jumping up.
Stop the
By
cut
using
dog
the
from
word
mouthing
off,
off.
the dog knows,
Oi!
oh, that means don't touch my mouth and my paws.
Right now, we're working with Cedar, teaching him not to jump up on barriers.
What is
Learning
that?
not to jump on furniture in the house.
Is she peeing?
We also want him to know that he'll
Yeah,
get lots
yeah,
and lots of praise and reinforcement when he's behaving.
She
when
on
he's
something,
sitting
you
there.
reckon?
But when he
I don't know
jumps
about
up
on
the
something,
barrier,
but just
I
that
tell him
accent
off
is
and I move
radically
away, so
different
he's
to
not
what we're
getting any
using
positive
at the moment.
It is,
reinforcement.
yeah, it's very jarring.
Is that like a Southern American thing? Now listen here, I'll give my trailer park. I'm gonna go on the
Goddamn.
back of my goddamn game. I'm gonna have a barbecue and go watch the ball game.
An essential thing that Chumley should learn is the word off, like the other dogs. That when he tries to take the food, he has very sharp teeth, and they hurt. So we're going to give him a bit for free.
That's not funny.
So I don't want him to think that I'm a big ogre. So he gets one for free. We'll give him another one for free. We'll say, take it. But this one he can't have unless he doesn't touch it for 3
Oh
seconds.
no!
Are those dogs on a shirt? I
Oh, it's the
wasn't
only
even noticing.
It's the only problem with the lag between the internet. It's gone.
There's a good dog.
She might come back.
I tell you what, go back and tell us, and then come back forward to where we are live, right? You can do that, right?
Yeah, you can
Now
go
hit
back.
the
Yeah,
end
do
in
that.
4 seconds. Now if Chumley touches my hand,
Send it to
anytime
us
while
on
I'm
Discord.
counting,
Take a
I just
screenshot.
shout off and tap him on the nose and say, hey, that's wrong. Now we've got to start counting again from 1. But you don't get the food unless you don't touch it. It's okay touching it now, but now I'm going to say the word off. Off! Good dog. There's a good
And then punch it in the
dog.
face.
Yes, 1. Good dog, Chumley. Good dog. 2. Off. Off. Take it. Good dog. Try it again. This time we'll up the ante to 5
Good
seconds.
Chumley.
Chumley, off.
Look at that
Good
rolly
dog.
little
Take it.
puppy butt.
Now that one I can get off a second because he took his nose off when I said off.
Lady
Now let's
Chumley
do it
hasn't.
Here we go, good dog.
Hold on, is Lady Chumley a boy or a girl?
Good dog.
It's the saying he, so I think it's a boy.
Who's a good dog?
I want to call my dog Lady when
Good
it's a
dog.
boy.
There's a good dog. Oh, hurt your feelings, I know. Yes, take it. Now it's a real loud shout, so we're going to give him another one for free. Chumley, take it. Good.
For free.
But this one he can't touch. Chumley, off. Oh, good dog.
Oh.
So good. Take it. Now we can use this food as a lure. Really whack our hands around and get Chumley
Poor
excited.
Chumley's so defeated.
Off. Now you want to touch our hand.
100%
Still use
trained
the food
within
to
that
get
last
him
like
excited.
20
Take it.
seconds. Why does the film go for freaking 90 minutes when he's so good at it? They just, there you go, you're leaving now. Okay, I'm leaving.
Now, if she ever does that to you, if she ever bites your clothing like this, if she hurts you, I want you to scream, ah! It's no good saying,
Ah.
oh, that hurt, or oh, Sheena's ripping my jumper. Sheena won't learn anything from that, okay? So if Sheena ever
You gotta
puts her
bark
mouth on
at
you
that
like that,
cow.
you say, ouch! And then Mum better be there pretty quickly.
Aw.
Sheena mustn't do that.
Sad.
So it's a funny game now when Sheena's a cute little puppy, but when Sheena gets to be about a year older, or even a couple of months older, that's not fun. She's a kid like you and me, yeah. Okay, you run back to your place. Well, just
Wait,
a
what?
big one. Now, I just want
Don't forget
to
your dog.
confirm that the things I went
Where's your
over
dog?
last week about handling are very important. They sound like really silly Mickey Mouse exercises, but they aren't. You must handle your dogs everywhere. Every day, get your hands over the dogs everywhere. Usually if you hold a puppy's paw, they bite your hand. It's okay for a
He is
puppy,
saying
but not
papa.
for an adult dog. I want
I told
you
ya.
to know that it's okay when you look
I
in its
wonder if he
ears.
coined the term. This is pretty
You
dang old.
must. This is from the 80s. Was Papa a term in the 80s?
Let's work with the paws.
I don't think so. I think it's a very, like, not even...
I'm normally opposed to using my phone during episodes,
Yeah, go on. Let's see if you
but
can
I'm
find
looking
the...
up the origins of the term
We'll get a bit of
Papa.
food
Yeah.
afterwards. Also, we're going to check that the sealer doesn't mind being grabbed. So we reach down,
Ooh.
give a bit of food.
Yeah, grab that
So the
pup.
dog knows it's coming.
Touch him
Next
all
time,
over.
it's real hard. Okay? And then the third time, we reach and we really grab
Get
the
real.
dog. And he gets a nice bit of food. So the dog learns, boy, each time they reach down for me and they put hands on me, it's good news. So
Where
the dog won't be
did
frightened.
Doggo
If you
come
have to grab
from?
it,
Not
stop
Doggo.
getting
No,
out
but
the car,
it did
getting
say
out
Papa
the
on
front
the
door.
thing.
Ah,
Got food
stupid
on you.
internet.
Okay, what I want you to do now, one thing, doing these handling exercises by yourself on your own dog. What you've got to do is to get all strangers in the house doing this, so that your dog builds up confidence being handled by strangers. That it's
Everybody.
unfair
Well, of course I'm
to
getting
have
the
a dog
one
that's
thing
not
of what's a
handled by
pupper?
strangers, and then
A
one day
small
has to go to
doggo.
the veterinarian
What's
or
a
the
doggo?
groomer.
A big
But
old
he gets
pupper.
frightened
Oh,
because the
dear.
groomer
Of course that comes up.
up.
That classic.
Handling and gentling
Ooh.
exercises
Wiktionary.
are probably
Let's
the
just click
most
on Papa
simple
there.
Wow.
exercises that you can do.
We're watching
They're the
puppets get their
exercises that
hair
everyone
cut.
forgets to do.
I don't have a long-haired puppy. I wouldn't know what this is all
One of
about.
the nice things about teaching these
We give
dogs to
Archie
be
basic
handled
little
is to
cuts.
allow all of this
Just
touching
go around the
and
butthole.
maneuvering.
It
So
says
there's
it's
no
internet
dance.
slang.
Time to cut nails and
That's
work
not
with
though.
dogs.
This is before the
This
internet.
guy coined the term.
Must have, if that's what the internet's saying. If the internet's claiming it
Can we
as their
find his
own.
email and ask him?
Dogs are relaxed. They'll allow you to do this kind of
Is he
thing.
still alive?
So when it
Yeah,
comes
he
time
still
to
does.
cut nails,
As I
it's
said,
not
like
big
Up
deal.
isn't that
Just
old of a
basically
movie.
you're
He
going
still
to be
does
able to go
Hollywood
like this.
consultations for movies.
Well, he
on,
might
like,
have died in the past
behavior.
3 days or so.
Yeah, he could have died in the last couple of years, but I didn't see anything about him
Now,
dying.
if she's
This
full
is
grown,
a very
she's probably
easy
gonna
research
weigh
for me. He's just on
70 pounds. I
Wikipedia,
don't want to have to sit on her
and
chest
it doesn't say
and
anything
everything.
there about
I want
his
her to
death.
stay
It says
calm,
he's still
quiet,
working,
and
so
relaxed like this. So
Maybe
as
we'll
I'm
email him
cutting,
and
I'm
be like,
making very
hey,
sure that
did
I'm
you
not
coin the
taking very
term
much off.
pupper?
I'm teaching her. This is a training exercise exactly the same way it would be if you were teaching the dog to sit. It's an obedience exercise. Brushing will be the same way. They hardly like it. This feels good.
Now, you lucky Malamute owners.
this feels good.
How do you know?
Door across. Here's Sheena for
I do
you.
it to myself every night.
Sheena's owner says, bye-bye, Sheena. Bye-bye. Now, let's go through these exercises. Let's give Sheena the work over.
Get back to the shy puppy.
Now, you watch her really carefully.
You wanna see the little
tongue coming
terrier?
out of her mouth.
Yeah.
She's saying, oh,
I wanna see how
little
that
wriggles. So you go very gently with her. You have to remember, this is not a
You
Malamute.
know, she could have been a star. She had the role for that Chum commercial, but she was too shy, so they got the darker puppy to do it
First thing I would
instead.
probably do is say,
She was all like,
Hey, Sheena.
she's
I'm a
so
good guy.
chunky.
Here's a bit of food. Remember, first impressions are very, very important. And the best first impression is, would you like a little present? And what better present than a little bit of freeze-dried liver? Then you can take much more liberties with the dog.
I know, right?
And you're reinforcing
Gets
the
me
dog's
every
good
time.
behavior in the
True that.
process. In addition to routine handling and gentling, there are a number of specific exercises that you must do at
I love doggies with crazy eyes.
It's really natural for
Whoa.
dogs to feel protective and defensive around their possessions. So the single most important thing you can do is to take the time
not
to
put them
show
in a
and
giant
teach the dog
yellow
that there
oven.
is no reason
I'm
to feel
glad that my
protected
doggos do
and
not
feel
have
that
that.
their food bowl is being threatened when you approach them what they're eating.
And
with these few handling
Pinch gets that way
exercises that
on
I'll show
bones a
you,
little bit.
you can show your dog.
Like he'll growl at you
that
before you
after
give him a
you
bone
update
because
the
he's
food
like,
bowl,
that's
and your
mine.
dog isn't going to
You have to be like, no, shout out
Usually
to
when
me.
hands approach the food bowl, they're coming
No,
down to
like
grab
neither
and
of our
take
dogs
away.
are defensive of
So
anything.
what
Like
I'll
if
show
Archie has
is
food
that
left in
when
his
the
bowl,
your hand
he
comes
won't
down
get
towards
upset
the
if
food
Chester
bowl,
goes
it's not
and
coming
starts
to
eating it too.
you. Rather, it's
And vice
coming
versa,
to
they're like-
give. Okay, so
We
while
try to
he's eating,
keep them
just
out of
put
each
your
other's
hand out
bowls
like
though,
this,
but it's
and
hard
then
when
work
neither
it
of them
out.
care.
There's a treat. Another exercise to do is not
At least they're not
put your
aggressive,
hand in
though.
the bowl and produce something that's tastier than what he's eating, but actually take the bowl away, put a treat in it, and hand it back down to him again. One really good exercise to do is just sit down right here on the floor with him. Take the food bowl in your lap while he's eating. Pet him, touch him, and give him a little skin scrunch.
And she's
Put his
gotten
hand
into a
inside,
weird habit
push it up.
lately. And I say lately, within the last like 3 years, so not that much lately. But lately, he won't eat anything from his bowl. We fill it up in the morning. We don't actually have a specific dinner time for him. We just let him whenever he wants, which is bad practice in the first place.
It depends
but
on
whatever.
like
But
how
he
much.
doesn't touch his food until after we've eaten, and then 5 minutes more. because he's waiting for the scraps. And as soon as he realizes we're not going to give him any of our food anymore, like when we've finished dinner, then he goes and eats his out of his bowl to fill him up the rest of the way. So he leaves room for the good stuff first, and then fills up.
Smart dog.
Very smart though. Like yeah, I'm not going to like try and get that habit out of him. It's a good habit. It means he gets the best stuff first, and then he fills up.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny when we started with our stomach problem thing, the operation, is we would have food, but we thought, because we were still learning how to eat again, we put our food down and we'd leave it and say, I'm going to have some more after it's digested a little bit. And he'd get really shitty at us because he's like, no, you finished your food. That means I get the rest. And he would start barking at us.
Oh, man.
Bark at us. He'd be like, no, you're done. I'm like, no, I'm not done. I'm going to have some more later. He's like, no, you're not. It's mine now.
Charlotte sit and stay for a little while and calm down just for 3 or 5 seconds, then give Charlotte the food. And if she's bothering your hand, just say off, like we taught you last week. Okay? You call Sheena now. And go play.
The other dog is just like, hey, can I one?
Yes, you can.
Really important.
Everybody's like, what do you got?
Sheena, because Sheena knows her name. She may say, shut up, I'm playing. So say, Sheena, come here. Then if she doesn't come after you've asked her, give it everything you've got to get her attention the second time. Then if she doesn't come then, you're going to run up to her with the food and back off, just like Charlotte's owner did. Okay, let's call Sheena once more. Sheena, come. Good dog. And sit. And a little stay, and lie down, and go play. Very good. We're about pooped out, aren't we? Let's call Jack. Good dog. And give him a bit of food and say go play. That's good. Next time we'll go. That's an enormous bit of food, by the way. And it's not good news to have big bits of dry food in a play session. He's going to cough or choke or something. So just give him a little tiny bit. Let's call Nessie. Good dog. And sit.
Oh, but Lady Chumley's getting in the way.
And go play really quickly. That's it, go play.
Lady Chumley, get out of here.
And sit. And down. And go to Dad, whatever his name is.
Okay, so it's
he
not,
does not give a shit.
It's not the dogs only. He calls people it as well.
Good dog.
He
Calls
does
everybody
not care about people at all. I love this guy.
Dad or whatever its name is.
Good dog. And give him the food and go play. If you've asked him to sit once,
Get off it!
It's Lady Chumley's fault.
Lady Chum is the bully.
Damn it, Lady Chumley, stop picking on all the other bigger puppies.
I'm gonna get you in trouble.
But Pedro.
And do something different. Waggle your hand around, get him really excited, and then slowly move it up in position. But basically, you can keep your mouth shut until he gets it right. Once he's doing it, and he's sitting with that hand signal, now we can tell him to sit, because he knows what sit means. So if he's not sitting the second time, we can say balance sit, balance sit. And that's an instructive reprimand.
No,
By shouting,
down.
he knows he's doing something wrong, and by shouting the word sit, he knows what to do to make everything right. Okay? Heel, keep him with you. Keep him with you.
What was that shot for?
That's it, speed up, that's it.
Babies.
So let's
Kids.
make sure we don't get any treats unless we sit first. We don't get petted unless we sit first. And this is how we wanted to greet people anyway, because if not, she'll jump up. So it's much better explaining to her
Yeah,
what
but
we
it's
would like
cute.
her to do. Okay, that we want you to greet people by sitting down. When you sit down, I'll give you a bit of food, I'll give you your dinner. From now on, I would hand feed Sheena about 20%
Oi,
of her
kid,
dinner.
don't put your
She
feet
has to
on the
sit
puppy's
every
belly.
One thing that's really bad to do is to mix up the
Don't
dog's
stand
bowl,
on the puppy's
put it down on
tail.
the ground,
Kids,
and then
man.
walk away and let the dog eat. For 2 reasons. You've had to go out to work to buy this dog food, so you should make the dog work for it too. Let the dog say please. One of the ways we can say please is we have a big long sit, stay. We go sit, stay. We've got your din-dins here. Good dog, yes, sit, stay.
So I'm gonna have to lift up the bowl and just put them down and say sit and stay.
Good dog. And
Yeah,
sit again.
that's where you get to after you've already trained them.
But I never trained him.
Okay,
That's
start
good then.
eating.
Just does
We
it.
still
That's
don't
good.
want to leave at
It's a
this
good
point,
Mostly.
because then the dog will get used to eating on its own. We want to make sure that we just pet it. We let it know, hey, it's fun when we're here. Perhaps we put our hand in, we find a nice good bit for it. I've got some freeze-dried liver here. And
Ooh, freeze-dried liver.
On the dog's body, handle it everywhere.
That's his favourite.
Paws, Oh, yes, you don't let me have your paw. You have the paw,
Clearly.
you get a bit of freeze-dried liver. You'll find as the dog will be much happier about you handling his paw the next time.
You'll
Just
find
get
the dog will
used
be a
to
lot
people
happier
around
if you give them
handling it.
freeze-dried liver.
First you do this.
I think
and
so, yeah.
then
I
we
think
start
that's
with the
probably a
main.
reasonable assumption
Why
to
don't you
make.
give another treat again, Amaya? Just give it to Sheena. Give it just hold your hand out. Good dog.
Just a little tiny piece.
Just a little tiny piece, but it's pretty tasty, wasn't it? I'll give her another treat. Sheena is
Dunno,
really
did she eat
pleased
it?
that Amaya is coming over to visit. The dog has no reason to bite. The dog would much rather say, hello, where's my treat? And then afterwards carry on with eating and now we're totally calm. The purpose of our video program
It's
is to
just
teach
can't
you
get over how
to
much
train
he
the dog.
like does not
Once
care
you
for
know how to
people
do
at
it,
all. He's
now
just
to get
like,
reliability,
yeah, you're all
you
just like
integrate
things
training.
for your dog.
Oh, where's my treat?
I don't know your name, but I know your dog's name.
Dad, or whatever his name, whatever its name is.
The better the puppy will be. It's important to realize that training never
That
stops.
should be your Sunday
As soon as
quote.
you say, well, I've trained that
Dad or
dog,
whatever
then
its
you're
name
going to
is.
start going downhill.
Now
The
go
behavior
to Dad or
never
whatever
remains the
its name
same.
is.
It either
Sounds
gets
good.
better if you work with the dog, or it gets worse if you don't.
That little exercise you want to do 20 times a day. Yeah, whenever. It only
That's a really
takes
echoey
10
backyard.
seconds and 20 seconds. And then your dog will know what sit means and down means and stand means. So then if it doesn't do it, when you ask it, sit, you can now shout it. Because the dog knows the meaning of the word. But until we've done these exercises, it's no good shouting the word sit, unless the dog knows what sit means. Okay, all back to your seats and settle down. And Susie has one of her many dogs here. They're all like this.
But now to summarize, what this music that was on the intro is telling me that we should be ending the video, but it says here that it's going to go for another half an hour.
There's a good dog. There's a good dog. Come on, here. Good.
Oh, now we're
Because
up
that
to
was
it.
them showing off an already trained
Exactly
dog.
the same as off leash. We've got food in both hands. Sit. Good dog. You can get a bit of food there. Don't deserve it. It's kind of sloppy, but we've got to start you on something. Left hand on his nose again, and heel. There's a good dog.
And I like how when he said that it's sloppy, he
There's
looked
a
at
good
the
dog.
owner,
You
not
never
the
get
dog.
let this leash get
You've not been practicing, have you?
No, you just gone home and let the dog crawl over you without
The only difference is that
practicing
now
these
we have a
manners.
leash to jolly the dog along and to stop the dog running off. So never ever to let the leash get tight like this. Because when it is, it's like a little telegraph wire. And so he no longer has to pay attention to us. He can now look away because he can feel everything that I'm doing through this leash. He knows when I'm slowing down, speeding up, or turning right. You keep the leash nice and loose, he has to pay attention because if we make a sudden move, he doesn't know what we're doing. So he has to keep his eye on us. Okay?
When I take him for
Go,
a
dog,
walk,
go, go.
he drags me down the street.
It's important to realize he's gonna pull on you, Janet. What we gotta do is to try to discourage it. And the best way to do that, and the fairest way to do it too, is that we try to keep it as loose as
His big
possible
head
all the
is-
time. And we try to be aware when he's
Big.
about to go to the end of the leash and it's about ready to drag us. Give him some warning. Steady or don't pull. Tell him. You're gonna be in trouble if you keep doing what you're doing. Then give him a yank. And mean it. And as soon as the leash is loose again, good boy. Because
Yeah,
it's
yank
important.
that puppy.
In the future, if you want to be able to just say, steady, Jack, and to have the dog respond, to get the dog to realize he has 6 feet and he better back off. And he will, but you've got to warn before you yank. Heel, let's go. Good boy, heel. Good boy. Good boy, let's go. Heel. And I like to start to reduce that food a lot by putting it in the pocket.
He's like, you've
But
got
look,
treats in your
Janet,
pocket.
heel, help
can
him around
smell
the
'em.
corner, heel, and as I stop, I can use that hand just like I have a piece of food in it.
Jogger! Ah, jogging!
Oh, what's going over there? I see a giant camera. Oh, whatever.
Bye, Jogger.
I'm going to show it to him again.
Thanks for stopping by the video.
Say, heel.
Thanks for your cameo
Good boy.
appearance.
Nice loose leash. Heel. Jack. Heel. That's a good
But that's the
move
rock
on
he was
leash
sitting
to
on
turn
before.
a dog like that.
It's the
Sit.
same
I think
place.
you should
Yeah.
probably put more emphasis
It's like they
on
only
sitting
filmed
to
this in
sit.
like 3 different
When you start
locations.
to
Is
get
that his
ahead,
house in the
losing
background,
it.
or is that where
When in doubt, make
that
him
actually
sit.
might be where they filmed the rest in the
Yeah,
background?
probably.
Heel, Jack, sit. And if he does it, first command, good dog. Reach in and give him that treat. Good boy.
always praise him when that leash is
Oh,
loose, let him know when he's doing it right. Yeah, and it's a constant effort on your part for a long, long time.
Why does the rock have a line through it?
The biggest problems are going to
Children
come
and
from
dogs.
kids.
Children are
So
harder
I'm
to
sure
train
a
than
lot of
dogs.
you
But if
have
you're
got the dogs
strict,
for the
when you
kids.
tug on their lead,
And what's going
they'll
to happen
respond.
is you won't have a dog in 2 or 3 months' time
Cool.
if these dogs don't learn not to pull on leash, not to jump up. I've seen this go a lot of times before, and what happens is that once the dog starts to pull on leash, now no one takes it for a walk. Because you can't take it off leash because the dog's half crazy, so you're not going to take it for a walk on leash because it's pulling you around. So now you relegate the dog to the backyard because it can't stay inside because it's not house trained yet and you haven't stopped it chewing. Now your neighbours start to complain because it's barking and anyway it's digging your yard up. So now you put it in the basement. Putting it in the basement all day long is basically...
So I don't even have a car at the moment.
And to destroy anything in sight. And by the time the dog's about 6 or 7 months old, we think, well, we can't keep it, it is too much trouble. That doesn't do too much self-esteem for your kids, I can tell you. Because by all means, let them think they're in charge, but you should be doing all the training. Because I care about these dogs. I want to see them in a couple of years' time. And I
Yeah,
want to
he
see you
does.
having fun with them. I don't want them to be sent on to a mythical
No, he doesn't want to see the
ranch in
people. He just
Sonoma.
wants to see the
That
dogs.
means
What
they're
he
going
said.
to die. If they leave you when they're 6 months old, they will not
What?
find another home. The odds are so slim. Because all the problems have come from 3 months of living with you and a bunch of kids. So the children must learn what to do, and the only way they
We're
can
having a
learn
serious
is by
discussion
you
about
teaching
death
them.
here.
The only way you can learn is by
We don't care, we're
teaching
having
you.
fun.
Go ahead and take off with it. Show them the treat first. That's a nice big hump, okay? Show it to him and then just go. Good boy, very nice.
Nom, 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 nom.
When we get to this end, as you're about to stop, you're going to put your right hand across your body and give a sit signal with the right hand instead of the left. And we'll see if that works better for him. Okay, Cedar.
Cedar. Good dog. Sit. Sit. Sit.
He didn't do what she said.
Good.
Good. Now we can have the treat.
For those of you who haven't got kids, you've got to get the dogs used to all the things that the kids were doing. And what's going
Pull
on
on
in this
their
room
ears,
tonight,
pull on their
especially poor
tail.
old Chumley over there, he has 4 kids handling him at once. In 2 months' time, that's going to be much too much. We've
Poor
got to
Lady
teach the
Chumley.
dogs, but we've also got to teach the children. But be gentle. They don't like being crowded. They don't like this going on. It makes them all excited.
children
Hands
are our
coming down,
future,
pulling
right?
them like this.
Basically, dogs bite people for 2
What's that?
reasons.
Aren't the
First,
children our
the
future?
obvious, biting is a normal
Yeah, but
behavior
he
for dogs.
thinks the dogs are the
Second is
future.
that people are pretty rotten to dogs.
Oh, the
But when
puppies
people
are
say,
the
"Oh, my
future.
dog bit
Let
me
them
without
learn
warning, without
children's
reason," it's
ways.
rubbish.
Yeah,
There's
when
been plenty
all
of
the
warning
people are
for
dead,
years
the
and
dogs
years
will
and
inherit
years.
the
Dogs
earth.
been crying out, saying, "I'm a little uneasy with people
the
around
living
with
won't
food
have a
ball, and
chance.
I really don't like kids." Then the two
How
come
about the
together,
cute?
got a kid around with a ball, bam, we got a bite.
Children need a little adult supervision when they're working with puppies. Their voices are so high-pitched
That's the
that
shot I think
puppies
Michigan
don't
was talking
necessarily
about.
understand
Quick,
that
zoom
nobody's
in.
really know.
With our
While
eyes.
Cedar's
Yes.
eating, we're going to be petting him like this so that he's accustomed to having. He
Zoom
will
in on the
hold to
reflection
him, and we're
and
going to
enhance.
work right around the food itself. When you pet him, you also stick your hands in the dish like
The
this.
kid just
The
wants
puppy
to
starts
sit in the
understand
freaking
that
food
your
bowl.
being here is very pleasant while he's eating, and there's no reason to be possessive about his dish or his food. We also want to get him used to being handled back in here.
I like that.
And
As
if he
a
were to be
thing that
eating
I
in the
should have
kitchen
done
and
is
an egg were to go
just
running
take
through
the food
kitchen
out of his
kind
bowl and give it
brush
to him.
against him like
Yeah.
that,
That's interesting.
we don't want the
I never
puppy
did
to turn
that.
around and
He
snap. So
doesn't
we're
mind
getting
us
used
playing
to
in
it
his
right
food
now,
bowl, but it's
to
not
know
something
that
that got
even
taught
while
to
he's
us.
eating,
It's something it
he
should
can
have
be
got taught to us, I
handled
think.
or touched or whatever.
I agree with that.
Here, that's
I
great.
think it would
And
create
he's
good
getting to
habits.
enjoy his dinner. He's also being hand-fed, and this is important to realize too. Maggie's actually handing him cookies as well as letting him take it out of the dish. So he's
Cookies?
associating her with something.
No,
even
no,
more
I'm done. Too much.
Good. There you go. Tell him what a good boy he was. Give him a pat.
Ew, it's all
There you go.
slimy.
There.
You get used to it.
A little more cookie?
Cookie, 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 cookie,
Good
cookie.
puppy.
Aw.
Down.
Good, and sit again,
Sit.
and down again.
Down.
Very good, and sit, and down, and sit, and stay, and give
That's enough.
Too fast,
Stop,
too fast,
stop.
too fast, you little shit. Don't break this dog.
Okay, now listen up. What did I say you gotta do? Listen, listen. Or do you want to have Sheena lead you? Well, I say is your buddy. And she must learn not to jump up. Because your little friends won't like it when Sheena jumps on them. So when Sheena jumps on you, you must say off.
Okay.
It's no good standing there and ignoring it, and it's no good going hee, because that'll make Sheena jump up, and then you'll get her into trouble. That's
Yeah,
not
but
much
it's
fun, is it?
exciting and fun.
So if Sheena jumps up, just shout off. Tell her it's wrong. But before that, tell her to sit first,
Okay.
and she won't jump up. It's that easy.
Okay.
Okay? Good.
Okay. Okay.
The dog must learn that whenever you meet another person on the street, or whenever you meet another dog, you simply sit down. That's the way we greet people. Obviously, it's very difficult when you meet someone new. The dog wants to say, hello, hello, and it jumps up and it wants to paw and scratch and lick and all this sort of stuff. So if you set up a situation with 6 friends, and they walk round the block clockwise, then you go anti-clockwise with the dog on leash. And so you're going to meet 6 people walking round the block. Each time you meet one of these people, they ask the dog to sit, and you ask it to sit. And then it gets rewarded for sitting. They give it a little treat. First time you walk around the block, it can be a little
Okay, now this is a little too complicated. First, you need 6
You
friends.
need 6 whole friends.
It's easier, because the dog's meeting these people.
And you have to organize with them to just walk around the block the opposite direction.
Locally, I probably have like 2.
Gets his treat from this person, gets a pat on the head.
And of those, only one of them likes to walk.
And again, until the dog gets
I don't like to walk anymore, I run.
That just takes you, say, 20 minutes.
Banshee, who's like, slow down.
One other thing you never
Dad.
touch a strange dog.
I'm old now.
Yeah. Why couldn't you run when I was a puppy, you fat bastard?
So don't become overconfident, okay? Handling your own dog, that's your dog, remember that. All other dogs are different.
I tried doing this with Banshee a few times, and as soon as somebody gets a little bit too close, he went nuts. He actually tripped over an old man.
Oh no.
Yeah, who had like this little pup, and the pup just did this squealing sound as if Banshee was hurting it, but it was nowhere near it. It was so bad, so now I just cross the road whenever I see any pup. People are okay, but pups can't go past another pup.
My doggos are excited by everything.
Yay, stop!
People? Yes! Dogs? Yeah! Oh look, a cat! Woo!
It's a nice quiet place.
Like that.
What the action is.
When we're on the street, less barking. Oh look, she's kind of playing now.
Yay, we've seen her progress.
Where'd Chum go?
Now we're going to start calling the dogs.
Lady Chumney.
Let's start with Sheena.
What a bully.
And go play. Alright. Now let's try and a lot of times we can get by. Let the dog
All the dogs are just like, ooh, food.
Leave it up on the piano in your pocket, and the dog comes, give a big hug, and go play. Sit,
Now, that's something you should remember whenever you're training a dog. If you've got a big bag of food, you have to leave it up on the piano.
You can pick her up, give her a hug for that.
On the piano.
And if you don't have a piano, you gotta buy one.
You gotta buy a piano. Otherwise, where else are you gonna put your food?
Hand signal, and sit.
In a cupboard? I mean, come on. Get real. Be real about this.
No food though, because we had to shout real loud. Let's call Jack. Come on, Jack. Now, get some food on his nose. Get him excited, real quickly. And sit. Let's call...
I believe we sat here for an hour and 15 minutes just watching dogs sit.
Very nice.
We really did, huh?
Like, that's pretty much the entirety of this video, is watching dogs sit.
Call quickly.
The grueling nature of it, though, does mirror actually trying to train a dog.
I guess. I haven't found the video that grueling because it's puppies.
So it is very cute, but I mean just like the fact that it's all this
Nothing
time
but
and
sitting.
it's like basically only sitting and here's a treat.
Sheena, come and sit.
I can just imagine getting to the end of this video if you actually bought it for the reason it was meant to be sold for and going, so I've got to tell my dog to sit. Right. Got it. Done. Where's the next video?
Keep your hand on the ground.
That dog is beating this girl up.
And say go to
There we go. You didn't give her the treat.
You're going to be really tough here, okay? Because the mayor's not giving her the food.
And go to a mat. We ready? Got food in this hand? In this hand, sleep. Steady. Now sit. And stay. Stay. And down. Down. And stay. Give it a little scratch over the ear. Gently. 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 Give us the food. Say, good dog, Sheila. And go to Mum. Light Mum up and sit. Good dog. Lots of praise. And go to.
But you've got the food. Alright.
And down. And sit again. Good. Here we go. Go on, Nancy. And sit.
Da-da-da-da-da.
And down.
I'm learning confidence.
Good dog. And sit. And down. And stay. Right, sit, stay. And go, Dad.
But where's the next treat? No.
Come on, keep Charlotte.
I've done it anyway.
You run back to your seat, Abby, really quickly. As close as you can, Charlotte. Oh, give Charlotte. Oh, we just broke at the end. Okay, back to your place. You've been ready. Tell Charlotte, sit, stay, doesn't mean follow us. If Charlotte had been, say, a squirrel running across the road, Charlotte would have followed. That's bad
See?
news. You know
He's
when
the
dog
guy
is
who
gonna
does the
press
up
stay.
stuff.
Stay. So that's one thing
Squirrel.
we can steady our stay command is with the sit, stay. Even when he's thinking about getting up, saying sit, before he gets up, that's like a preemptive warning. We're telling him, hey, don't look at that dog. Stay. Okay. Jack, come here. Good boy. Use that hand, even though I don't have food. Sit. I use it just like
Wait, what do
I
you
do,
mean?
and I can reach in my hand, in my pocket again, get that food out for him. So you see how everything I'm doing here at this point in the training, I'm trying to get away from out and out.
Maybe you
luring
should
the
have
dog
worn
so
looser
much with the
pants.
food.
How do you
I
get with your
know.
hand in
Trying
those
to cut it out
pockets?
a little bit.
Alright, let's watch these dogs sit some more. I need a toilet break.
Go have a toilet break.
But it's nearly the end of the video.
I think that's okay.
Oh, chummy.
That's lovely. And slow down and sit. Good. And heel 3 steps and sit again.
Try for your sit.
Ah!
Sit.
Crazy puppy.
Towards his toes. Perfect. Good. Tummy's good. Upward motion. Up, up, up. Up. Good. Lie down. Out of treats, try it with that one. Just see if he'll do it. There's a good boy. Give him a hug. That's it.
Good dog. Good dog. Now sit. Good dog. That's good. Now sit. Now lie down. Now lie down. Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. That's good. Go listen. Go listen.
Come on. Come on. Good puppy. Sit. Good boy. Good boy.
Put my ball.
I want to play fetch.
Where'd the ball go? To
The
summarize,
Lonely Dog Park in Berkeley,
Get your
California
dog
is
to
a fenced
sit.
city park, especially for dogs. A place where owners can safely allow their dogs off leash to play and train together. Here in the dog park, it's really a bad idea to just let the dog run off leash and have a good time. That's setting up that good time as a distraction to training. What we need to do is to change that distraction into a reward. To call the dog every couple of minutes or so, and when the dog comes, just give him a pat on the head and a treat and say, go play again. That way the dog then develops the confidence that when the owner calls it, it's not the end of the world. We aren't going to be put on leash and sort of taken back home again. That we just go to the owner and we get a treat and we can carry on playing. So now the dog
as he
will come when you
asks
call
to be
it.
taken home.
He just gets sick of it.
Yeah, he does.
Therefore, in safe areas, they may be allowed off leash to continue to enjoy playing and training with other dogs.
Go,
You should
buddy.
have praised him all the way then. Nessie came a long way to see you.
Good dog. Sit.
The dogs have a lifetime of fun ahead.
Well, I won't do that. Daddy tummy's getting big.
We get to see the graduates.
Way! Woohoo!
This is insane.
They should have been cutting with this stuff the whole
Those who
way.
have had the benefit of early socialization and training are now set to enjoy life. When these 7 adult dogs met for the second time in their lives in this class, they were eager to get down to the serious business of playing and training.
Serious. That's what the video's for.
Let's call Jet. And all go play.
Now we get to see experienced dogs.
As a result of their earlier socialization and training, they didn't want to run and hide, and they didn't want to fight. They simply wanted to have a good time playing with other dogs. Certainly there are occasional squabbles, but they seldom amount to much, and the dogs immediately resume playing.
Feel it. And keep healing. Very pretty. Keep going. Keep him tight. And call Gillis. And call Maddie. And heal Gillis. And heal Maddie. Okay, let's have the other 3 go the opposite way, and I'm leaving.
You're leaving?
Don't bump into
Bye.
each other. Let's heel Gillis round.
There's dogs everywhere.
Now all dogs lie down. This should be tricky for Gillis.
Why? Why is it tricky for Gillis?
Yeah, we don't know.
Good. Sit again and sing. And move back and come to you again. And sit and back up again. And sing.
Aww.
Good dog. Give her a big hug. Good. Sit with the good. And down again. And sit again. And down again. Good. And sit again. And stand. Thank you, Naomi. And down. And give him a big hug.
No. Puppy cuddles.
Aim at her head.
That
not her
fool's
legs.
got a purple
That's
ribbon.
it. Good.
Scratch my belly.
Keep going. It's very pretty.
Training and play have now become successfully integrated to the point that neither dogs nor owners are quite sure what is play and what is training, since both activities are thoroughly enjoyable.
Be on the ball because you know Merlin's going to head for that gate so fast. Ready, steady, go.
Right, synthesizer music. Synth keyboard sound.
Of course, they're well
George
socialized,
Washington was the first to see he once chopped down a cherry
dogs may
tree.
now be allowed
Did
to
he?
act like dogs.
No, I don't think he actually did, no. But it's a story.
The owners can easily control their adult dogs in extremely distracted settings. Dogs come willingly and happily because they enjoy training and are eager to please their owners. They also develop the confidence that a
I will
simple
say
routine can
about
hold
this
not
video,
the end of the
it
world.
does feel like they skipped
Neither
ahead
is it
too
necessarily
much.
the end of
They
the
covered the
session.
basics
They went
for
puppies.
like an hour and 10
And then they went
minutes.
to the graduate.
And it's like, oh, by the way, here's dogs that like have had the whole program. So buy my second video.
So we're an hour into the video, and now you've taught your dog how to sit. Next, we'll get them to jump through your arms. Wait, what? Wait, what?
And if they don't do that, scold them,
And shake them.
punch them.
Alright.
Smooth.
Really great. Are we learning anything or just watching?
We're just watching at this point.
You can see from the smiles on the faces and the waggy tails, dogs and owners having a great time.
They are.
This is a training session.
Oh. Thanks for clarifying that. Otherwise, you'd have to write this off as a non-instructional video and therefore have to pay different type of tax. Right?
I don't know if that was a thing. Was that a thing in the 80s?
I don't know. It's a training video. It's a tax write-off. It's part of his work.
When I look back on my life with Omaha, the two of us had a blast. It was all so much fun. If you use the
So now
right
we have to
methods,
put
even
Omaha
though
down.
it's too easy to train.
Rip.
Bye, Omaha.
Setting you free.
Training exercises never change. It's just a matter of repeating, refining, and improving the dog's performance.
Omaha, sit. Good dog.
Alright, dude.
Down.
Okay.
Good dog. Omaha, sit. Omaha, come here. Good dog. Come on.
Where's a good dog?
Come
There.
on. Go on then. Heel. Come on, quickly. Good dog. Steady.
Training never ends. If you continue training your puppy using the techniques in this tape, you too can enjoy life with a dog that's enjoying life.
Yeah,
Omaha, sit.
I guess. It's so jumpy you can carve it.
Down.
I got ads on the bank, so I want to go
Omaha,
for ad
sit.
break.
Oh, that's a good dog. Omaha, come here. Good dog. Good doggy. Omaha, heel. Good. Sloppy, but we got there.
Sloppy, but we got there. Yay!
Tito went on to be a war hero. I don't see him much anymore. Phelan committed suicide before he got to high school.
Charlotte opened her own fashion business. It was mighty successful.
Geisha? Well, we still hang out sometimes.
Jack was abducted by aliens.
Lady Chumley became a Hollywood star.
I believe that. Nessie! Well,
Nessie was only spotted once every 20 years in the lock.
Sheena kind of existed, I guess.
As well as these graduates of the serious puppy training, Emma... they're just names!
Yay! Go Jet and Lulu! And Maddie!
And
Merlin! The owner's last name is Aragon, of course.
that's pretty funny.
Nimbus. Tanea. Vicky. And the trainers!
Ian with Omaha. Gwen with Naomi's.
Whew. That was a tape.
Yeah, it certainly was one that we watched.
It had dogs in it.
I liked the dogs.
I liked the way the guy clearly
Online
did not care
editor.
for humans.
We sure didn't. Musicians? Oh, we got the Casio keyboard musician choir.
Bane? Bane did music for this?
Bane. Yeah, he's gonna break your back. Alright, cue up some ads. I need to wheeze. I wonder if there's anything after the credits that we can figure out.
Instead of ads, I'll just have the pups come in.
Oh, okay.
Hi. Okay, Archie, sit. He's like, no, I ain't gonna sit. No, I'm not gonna do that. No. Your puppies. What are you talking about? Hang on, I gotta stop the recording. I've gotta stop the recording! I need to at least have the keyboard nearby, alright? I think that's the end of the episode. Not the whole episode, just the part of the episode where we watch the doggos. Hi! Yeah, crazy boys. Watch this, I'll see if I can get him to do it. Watch. Bite me, come on, bite me. Bite me. She's like, okay, I'll bite you with my tongue. Hey, Blake, what's up? No! What are you doing? How you doing, man? You just missed the puppy training video. And then we're going to learn about Shitzus. Shitzus. Oh, Chester. What's the matter? What's the matter? Oh, thanks for the kisses. I think I will always be a dog person. Uh-oh.
Oh. Hey, boys. What are you doing? You gonna lick on my face and whinge and cry? Then go look for something for me to play with? Yeah. Bye. Quick, find it.
Alright, you should go too.
Go now.
Nope.
You take him with you. Come on. Cuddle first. Oh, okay.
You're a good boy, Arch. Whoa, alright. Alright, have a good one, Blake. Thanks for the lurk. And thanks for stopping in.
Go on. You take him with you. Come on.
We had puppy break. In the puppy episode. We couldn't have the puppy episode and not have the puppies show up at some point.
How to train your puppy dogs.
Puppy dogs.
Alright. Are we just going to get straight into the next one?
Well, if you've got any information, yeah, just chuck it in and we'll make sure it's rewound and...
Shitzu. What a whole load of Shitzu. Something that you noticed when you came over yesterday is this video actually comes with a pet care diary, which has not been used. Vaccination records and everything. This is a legit video that you should buy. I don't know, vets maybe sell you or something. I have no idea why or how this video get made. It comes from a company called Pedigree Tapes. Don't play it yet. I've got information. Oh, unless you want me to talk over the intro.
Just talk over the intro.
No, actually no, because there's an intro to this video that I don't want to miss. So pause it.
I've already started recording.
Oh, that's all right. You can just pause the record.
I have to rewind it.
Oh, sorry. Basically, this is made by a company called Movie Master, and there's a trailer section in this video.
We get trailers?
We get trailers to some of the other informational videos they have. I want them all.
I want to see what other trailers they've got.
Yeah. So but this video is made by a guy named Jeff Werber. Again, it's made by somebody who's known in the doggo world. So Jeff Werber is actually a Hollywood vet.
Vet.
He looks after the dogs owned by Britney Spears, Julia Roberts, Ben Affleck, Eddie Murphy, Rod Stewart, Mark Wahlberg. He's Marky Mark's vet.
Is his dog's name Funky Bunch?
It has to be, I guess, but I don't know what their dog's
Or is Donnie his dog?
Donnie and Marie, he's got two.
No, Donnie Wahlberg is his dog.
Oh, okay. It's his dog.
It's his dog.
Okay.
Right.
So he's actually a vet to really important people. So people pay him lots of money to look after their dogs. So he monetarily wise knows what he's talking about because he gets paid a lot for his job.
Good.
He often appears in those morning shows in America, so like on Dr. Oz, Rachel Ray, all those sort of things, which in Australia we would have like, was it Good Morning or Sunrise, that sort of thing. I don't watch any of it, so I don't know. Neither do I, but they're always on when I go to the doctors and hospitals. Right. And I hate them. They're basically hour-long, 2, 3, 4 hour-long commercials with commercial breaks. They're so bad. But yeah, he's the pet guy on those shows a lot. And he had his own television show called Lassie's Pet Veterinarian. Oh, and I think he might have been Lassie's pet vet. So that's interesting. And he also had an Animal Planet series. You can press play now. That's all we need to know about him. He's very famous, very big. I've never heard of him before. Much like the last guy, really.
I like the last guy, though. Yeah, let's see if this guy's anywhere near as charming as him.
He was down to earth. No, I didn't actually back up that one that we just watched. I didn't get time to.
What's the runtime on this one?
This one only goes for 1 hour.
Okay.
Approximately an hour. It'll go a little longer because we've got the trailers and stuff. But ultimately, 2 long ones, and I backed this one up, so it was one of those things where I wasn't watching it, but some of the things in behind me made me look up and go, hey. And I think we watched it once before when we were doing that thing where we were too drunk to actually remember. And no, he's absolutely not charming at all. It's just all informational. So cool. This is going to be the harder one to watch. The other one, we got to watch the doggos play. This one, the doggo sits scared while the guy talks for half an hour with his thumb in the butthole. I actually played that clip, and it does go for about a good 5 to 10 seconds.
Special interest video catalogues in Australia. With a range of subjects
so yeah, it says in Australia, but all they do is they buy these from America and put them out.
Special interests.
Flying windows.
Series on pedigree dogs.
A fascinating series. This is one of them.
Save money
no, not really.
Fun. Why not learn how to do it at
I like fun.
Panel beating. Spraying. Tune-up and maintenance.
Great.
And there's a great video for motorcycle maintenance buffs. Do it yourself.
Really? We watched one the other week.
A great
podcast.
Our pedigree
so back to our safety episode.
Did Blake only come in for when I wasn't here?
Yeah.
Quick Fat Prince is leaving. Quick talk.
Came in to say hello, then he's got to go have dinner.
And then he left when I got back.
And veterinary care.
There's a Scotty dog. That's the guy we're going to be watching.
But range of popular arts and crafts
a different video for every single breed of dog. This one is only Shitzus.
And they make wonderful gifts.
I mean, talk about special interest.
Make your own baskets, puppets, all
the thing is, he has a Shih Tzu sitting in front of him when he talks, but I swear most of that information could have been cut and pasted for any of the videos, but he would have had to read it 10 million times for every breed that he did a special interest video for. If they had thought about it, they wouldn't have had the Shih Tzu sitting there and only there for the specific parts, and then cut and pasted just a little bits for this. Anyway,
as well as an entertaining video on sports fishing.
Making life easy, but anyway.
Not so sporty, but
yeah, but he gets paid so much
for
those
videos on home workouts for men and women and dancing to keep yourself fit.
Dancing what?
I want to get the dancing
Movie
to keep
Master
yourself
also has many titles on
I
all
want
aspects
dancing to
of
keep
travel.
ourselves as safe as
We
can
offer
be.
titles on over 50 travel destinations.
Someone's trying to grab you
So
and you just
before you
kind
go,
of
you can find out about climate,
pirouette
tourist
away.
attractions,
Try to think of a dancing
term, much more. So
Stop
travel the
it.
world with us
I
and enjoy
don't
the
like
sights
it.
from the comfort of your own home.
And I want you to
I
stop.
kind of want to start
If you
doing
want
that
to
as
know
a
about
series.
something, then chances are
The
we have a video
travel
on that
videos. There's
subject.
heaps of Reader's Digest
Whether it's
travel
plumbing,
videos where you don't have to go anywhere. You can just watch the video,
or
and
how
they're
to
all
stop
at
smoking,
salvos. I need to
and
go
even
buy
the
those,
basics of baby
and we
care.
should just do a travel
See,
series.
work out a deal to get them
Educate and entertain.
I'd like to buy all of your video.
And don't forget our fantastic range of
It's
non-violent
Salvation
children's
Army, so that's
animation
not going to happen.
programs. They're educational, entertaining, and great
Animation
fun
programs?
for the whole
Can we
family.
get those ones?
All this adds up
Kid
to
stuff
great
is easy,
viewing
but
on a
hey,
wide range of
it
special
would be fun.
subjects. And you'll be pleasantly surprised at the price.
This sounds like
Just
they're
ask for
huge,
movie
but I
master
looked them up.
titles at your local video store
Nothing.
retailer.
They're not
Or
around
call Movie
anywhere.
Master direct
Phone
with
numbers
your
don't
order.
work. None of this
They've
stuff.
got to sound bigger, else no one's going to care.
Yeah. But 100% they just hired that voiceover guy who we know it used to introduce The Price is Right and Sale the Century or whatever. and the voiceover, but the actual company is nowhere to be found. Yoshitsu. I know he's probably pronouncing it correctly, but it sounds so funny.
Hi,
No one says
I'm
it that
Dr.
way.
Jeff Werber, and I would like to thank you for welcoming me into your home today to talk about your new Shitzu. I am a graduate of the University of California at Davis School of Veterinary Medicine.
Come on,
and
we're
I'm a small
Australian
animal
here. We call it a
practitioner in the Los Angeles
Shitzu.
area. Ever since I
We're
was a
not
kid,
quite as
animals have been
offended
a part
by
of my
the
life.
word shit.
And I'm sure that as your
Especially when the
relationship
zoo
with your
ain't
pet
that
grows,
good.
you will soon appreciate the important role it will have in yours.
I'm yet to go
What I
to
would
a
now
shit
like to do is discuss your new dog with you and review some basic principles about dog care in order
Any
to help
zoo
you
that's
optimize
kind of
your
been a
pet's
little
good health.
not that great, they don't even
This
call
video
it a zoo.
tape
They
is
call
loaded
it a
with useful
wildlife
information,
reserve. So it's
and I
fine.
certainly don't expect you to digest it all in one sitting. We've therefore incorporated a color coding system to help add to the tape's efficiency. As you may have noticed on the back of your tape box, there is a series of colors which correspond to the subject matter that we will be
There is.
discussing
There's
today.
8 of them.
This is for your convenience to help you quickly locate
Oh,
the
thank
subject
you.
matter of
So
interest to
first
you
off,
by either
your
fast-forwarding or
Shitzu
rewinding to the specific section you want to see.
It says easy to reference
And now
sections,
let's talk
but there's no
about your
time
Shih Tzu.
codes.
The
It's
Shih
just
Tzu
that we have
originated
them on the
in
screen,
Tibet,
probably.
where it was
Oh, you
kept
just
in
fast
temples
forward
as
to
a
the colour?
sacred dog.
Yeah.
As a matter of
I
fact,
guess that's okay.
its nickname
I'd
was
like
the
time
Little
code. It can't have been that hard
Imperial
to
Temple
time code up.
It
Well,
first appeared in the
I mean-
United States in the late 1930s.
The problem with
But
that
it wasn't
is,
until the
if you
1960s
put the
that
tape
it
in and
gained
it's
a great
halfway
deal of
through, you
popularity.
rewind it, it's
Well,
going to
it's
go
your own
over.
fault for not being kind and being
there were about
rewind.
28
Yeah, but what if someone else
Shih
did
Tzus
it?
registered in the
Shih
United
Tzu.
States.
Then
This number
rewind
has
it
How many
and
increased
check
shits
and
are
put
at the
back
zoo
in.
machine?
registered Shih Tzus in
Depends. Is it
1978,
Halloween?
and is now one of
I
the
don't-
top
well, almost,
25
a few days
most
away.
popular breeds according to
But
Last
it's also
year.
lockdown.
Last year,
It has a
Halloween I
great
spent at the
personality,
zoo.
which
There's
explains
lots
its
of
increase in
shits.
We
popularity
went
in this country. She is friendly,
To the
non-aggressive,
dinosaur
and
debate.
makes for a good companion for both children
At
and
the
other
zoo.
dogs.
That was
He
fun.
loves to play games and will
So
spend
that's
hours
cute.
entertaining you with
Because they
unbridled
had
energy.
Halloween and the dinosaurs.
They are
were
known
so
to make friends wherever they go and
Yeah,
cherish
right.
the love and affection of people.
That was fun.
The Shih Tzu
I went
has
to
a very
all the
distinctive
dinosaurs
coat.
once last
It
year.
has a slight waviness to
You
its
weren't
hair,
at that one.
and it comes in a
Well,
wide
no, I
range
mean,
of
I
colors,
went to see
going
all the
from black,
dinosaurs at the zoo
gray,
because they had a
white, and
Werribee
gold.
Melbourne Zoo and
He
they
will
had
make
a
a good guard
Hillsville
dog
as well.
and is very protective towards property and
We do
humans.
love the zoos, we just never really get to go.
There we go, yellow.
Yeah,
That's
see?
right. Your Shih Tzu puppy. She.
The first few days your new puppy's home will be the most difficult for both
But that's
you
not
and
easy
him.
color coding then,
It is a
because
shock for a
how, like,
puppy to suddenly
you're literally
not be
gonna
around
have
its littermates and mother
You're
anymore.
gonna have to what?
So you want to make him
rewind
feel as
and
wanted
just
as
like
possible.
actually watch while you're
Though you'd
rewinding.
probably
Yeah.
like to
Like
share
pay
your
full
room with
attention
your
while
new
it
family
slowly
member.
rewinds through
And
the
I
whole
bet he'd
fucking
like it
thing.
too.
Yeah, we
For
can't put it
house
on a
reading
little
means maybe that's
video
confined him
rewind.
to a
It's
small
nothing.
area, preferably on a linoleum or
You
tile
can't
floor,
stop
like the
rewind because
kitchen
you're not
or
going to see when the
bathroom
color
service
codes
porch.
are.
Or even in the
That's what I
crate.
said. Like, can't be
We'll
that
get more
hard
into
to
house
have
rating later.
color coded.
Some suggest providing your puppy
Time
with a
code.
bed.
In,
A chew toy
we now
is an
seeing
alarm
they
clock
haven't got a
with
little
loud
like
ticking
yellow
noise.
block
As
hidden
this
in the
often has
corner
a
or something,
soothing
like a
effect
border.
on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Make sure the
agree.
bed you select discourages chewing
This
and
is
is
the yellow
large and
section.
comfortable enough.
No, just one
By the
time.
way, be prepared for some crying
Look at
those
this
first
boy.
few nights, especially if you keep the puppy in an area where he can't see you. Whatever you do, don't go to the puppy, pick him up, and give him hugs, because this will positively reinforce the crying, and he'll do it even more the next night. Be
If your
strong and
puppy
ignore the
cries,
whining. You'll
tell
be
it to
glad
get
you
over
did.
it.
Also,
So I tell the baby
try
when he
not to
doesn't
pick your
listen.
new puppy up and carry him around too much, as this will surely
Yeah.
spoil him.
Do you
And
sometimes
if yours is
leave
a
him in the
large
barn
breed puppy, you'll be sorry you set the precedent when he's not so small anymore.
That's the prank I planned him. I wait till he's
It also
asleep.
may be a
Move
good
him
idea,
to the
and I move him in the
at least for the
bathtub.
first few days,
And I'm like, how did you get
the
there?
food he was being fed at the breeder or the pet shop or at the kennel, since changing the diet abruptly can lead to intestinal problems like diarrhea. Remember, your new puppy is
Diarrhea.
experiencing enough change as it is,
Cha-cha-cha.
so keeping its diet consistent for at least a few days is recommended. Monitor your new friend carefully and make an appointment to see your veterinarian as soon as possible for a puppy examination. Be watching for things like vomiting, diarrhea, depression, lethargy.
He thinks he's
or
left-sided,
anything
he's
that doesn't
left-sided.
seem quite right.
Unless they
Diarrhea,
mirrored
for
it.
example, in a young puppy can be due to many things, like parasites,
Like
like
having
dietary
dislocates.
change, viral or bacterial infections, or
What's the
even
right
stress
way?
from being in a new home. Also remember to bring a small
I love
amount of
these
your puppy's
sets
stool
that they
with
always
you
make
to the
up for these
veterinarian.
things. We had
They're
one
so
on.
bland, aren't they?
Was it last week?
Last
that we
week
had one?
the
Before we
windows.
talk about
Yeah.
his first
That looks like the
veterinary
same set as the windows.
let's
It's
take a
got
minute to
dolphins.
discuss how to go about choosing a vet. This is your first pet, or at least the first one in a
Eeny,
while.
meeny,
How do
miny,
you
moe.
find a veterinarian? The best way is to get a recommendation from your friends or neighbors who have pets. If they don't, you can either check the Yellow Pages or call your local veterinary medical association or even check with your local pet store for a recommendation. Remember that your new puppy is like a new baby, and you should feel as comfortable with your veterinarian as you would a pediatrician. The veterinarian you choose should meet all of your expectations and don't settle for anything less.
Do you feel comfortable with your pediatrician?
And I feel comfortable with any doctors.
Oh, Pink.
What, that's part 2 already?
Yeah, we're getting through this.
It's an hour long for 8 segments, so each one's
Since
going
your
to be
puppy
under 10
can't speak for himself, you will have to do the talking for him. This information is very important to your veterinarian, and the more you can provide, the more help you'll be to
Last
him.
time I went to the veterinarian and talked to my dog, they looked at me funny, and I was like,
You may want to know what food you're feeding and how often.
My arm's broken.
Diarrhea, excessive urination,
I haven't
any
been
strain.
feeling quite well
Want to know if the
lately.
dog has been scratching or
Describe
used
something,
any
Doc.
lesions. Haven't had any discharges from his eyes or nose. He'll basically want to know about any and all problems your dog may be having. As you can see, it's very important to observe your puppy's dog carefully prior to his veterinary visit.
I promise I won't give
Veterinarians
much
have
to the
different
baby.
techniques.
My
with
friend
regard to
Ed's a
examining your
horse.
pet. As long as
Has
everything
these
gets
nice
accomplished,
pills. Maybe
it
I
doesn't
can
make
get
any
some of
difference
that.
what order he or she uses. I like to start at the head end and work towards the rear. Helping me today is my assistant.
I like to
Mara.
work
Thank you.
towards the
Now
rear.
put your finger in its butt.
That's all you remember from this video.
That's the
isn't
only
it?
thing I remember.
Because he held it
around
there
the
for a
edges.
good 3 or 4 seconds
Moving on to the eyes.
while he chatted about something else.
I'll be looking at the clarity of the lens, pupil, cornea. And I'll take a good look at the eyelids, especially in this breed.
But shouldn't the vet be doing this anyway? At a general
Oftentimes you have
checkup?
a problem with excess tearing, which could
But
be
we don't need
caused
to know this.
by
This might be
adder
for the vet.
lashes,
Or maybe to just
eyelashes,
make
yeah,
sure that the
direction,
vet
putting some pressure or
is
hitting
doing
the
the right
eye.
things. So you can
Or
watch and say, hey, how come you haven't done
rolling
this?
of the eyelid, also causing a lot of eye irritation. Oftentimes, they will just have overactive tear glands. Then I'll take a look at the mouth,
That's when you get those dogs with
inspecting
the
the
round
teeth,
crusts
both
coming
the
down.
baby and the adult. Depending on your puppy's
He
age,
started brushing
you
down.
may have some baby and some adult
Yeah.
teeth in the
He's
mouth at the
getting
same
some bad
time.
breath there at a time.
Normally,
So
the
he's
first
got,
baby teeth to fall
started
out
brushing his teeth.
I got this
Size
liquid
of the
that
front
I put
teeth.
in his
And
water.
this usually
and
happens at
water.
about 3.5 to 4 months
And
of
it
age.
works.
Cool.
Then
Actually
about 5.5
works.
to 6
I'll
months
show
of
you
age,
before you go
all
to
your
bed.
puppy's
Is it
adult
done
teeth should be in.
As in, does
You
it
may
make the
sometimes
fart
notice
smell
your
less?
puppy has a baby and an
No,
adult tooth at the
I
same
don't think there's
time.
any way to fix that.
This is a problem called retained
Aside from
deciduous
not
teeth,
feeding them
and it's something which
particular
will lead to
foods that we
problems,
eat.
and therefore requires veterinary attention.
He really gets the smells when he has like
While examining the mouth, I'll also look at the tonsils, up at the palate, and just check the bite. Another problem in this breed is something called malocclusion, which is
That's their
a poor
place going the
alignment
wrong
between
way.
the upper and lower dental arcades. And oftentimes these dogs will have a severe underbite where the lower jaw actually protrudes out. I'll then check the ears, checking for any discharges, hair in the ears. Ear mites is a very common problem in puppies and often leaves a very dark, waxy discharge. I'll take a quick feel at the puppy's neck and shoulders, feeling for any lymph nodes. Then I'll go ahead and start my chest exam. This is mostly where I'm just going to listen to the heart and lungs, make sure everything sounds okay.
Balking at the doggo, deafen him.
Oh,
Listening
we
to the
found
heart,
that doctor's
I'm checking
stethoscope
for
that
heart
was
rate,
still sealed.
rhythm.
No, really?
Valve
At an op
sounds.
shop for like, but they were charging $18 for it. I'm like,
And then I'll just make
this
sure the
op
lung
shop,
feels
man.
nice and
I
clear.
wanted it though, I really did.
Then moving down to the abdomen.
We
I'll
should get
listen for
Tori
the
to
best
steal this
sound.
one from work.
Yeah.
She
It's a
won't do
write-off. Well, wouldn't she have to be like throwing them out after a
I'll go
certain
ahead and
amount of time
tidy the
anyway?
belly.
I have
Feeling
no
for any
idea how
Give it
that
a, bring a
stuff
throw
works.
out one, hon.
And then I'll check for umbilical or inguinal
I'm not going to be
hernias.
shoving it in my ears, it's fine. I just want to display it.
Then I'll go ahead and check the skin. Mostly looking for any soreness, rashes, dryness, hair loss, or even ectoparasites like fleas and ticks. Many puppies have problems with mange mites, which will usually
We
leave
don't have
crusty
ticks down here,
skin
do we?
and oftentimes some hair loss.
I think we have certain kinds.
No,
of
go ahead,
ticks.
check under the tail.
It's not like a big...
Check the
Oh,
eagle
here we go.
lens.
And then...
And then here I'll take the temperature if I haven't yet done so. By the way, the average temperature of a dog should be between 100.5 and 102.5 degrees, or even as high as 103 if the puppy's excited.
9...
And the male dog will go ahead and check the scrotum
Yeah,
just
he
to
took
see
it
if
out.
testicles is the
Alright, there
same.
we go.
It was like 3 seconds. I think it was actually.
I'll go ahead and I'll feel the limbs.
Still, it feels way too long.
It's just awkward. Why are you putting your finger in its butt in this video? In a training video for vets.
Dog owners. Yeah, this is
for the owner. This is for the person who's bought the dog. It's like, now just jam your finger right in its butthole.
Don't worry about gloves.
I can take a look at your puppy and
That's something that I find weird. There's no glove.
The whole thing is weird.
We get Banshee's anal glands excreted when we go to the vet. It's a weird thing because
one of the most important things your puppy will need
and sometimes they'll leak and he'll start
These
to
injections will help
leak
ensure
somewhere.
early healthy
He doesn't
growing
like the smell, so he
and
tries to
help
lick it
maintain
up.
that
And he
same
spends
level of good
like
health
hours
as he
clicking
grows
that
and
one spot
matures.
because that smell is
The
so
timing
strong
of
to
these
him.
injections
Well,
is
it's not that
very
strong.
important.
Plus,
So I
if
want
he
to
just
take a
keeps
minute to
smelling
review
it,
the vaccination schedule.
so we have to get them excreted. But yeah,
During
they've
the
got
first
the
24
gloves
to
right up
36
to
hours of
their
nursing,
their
a
shoulders.
puppy
Like,
receives natural maternal antibodies from its mother's colostrum, or early milk. This is called passive immunity.
And she
And in
didn't
most
have that.
instances, this protection should usually last at least 6 weeks.
He even got
This
any
concept is very
rabies.
important, because if a vaccine is given too early, say prior to 6 weeks, it can actually interfere or neutralize this maternal antibody, leaving your puppy with little to no protection at all. Therefore, a commonly accepted schedule calls for giving a puppy its first vaccines at 7 to 8 weeks of age, and continuing the vaccinations
calling
at
all
3 to
puppies
4 week
E?
intervals until the puppy is 15 to 16
Because they're all
weeks of
good
age.
boys.
A protocol that many veterinarians
covered
use
this.
is an 8, 12, 16-week schedule, and some even like a 9, 12, 15-week schedule. What diseases do we commonly vaccinate for? Firstly, there is canine distemper virus. This is a very serious disease.
When you get like human vaccinations for COVID already,
Because of the success of the distemper vaccine, this disease is fortunately not nearly as common as it once was.
just test them all out on me. One of them's bound to work.
They
Right?
tested one out on
Sneezing,
Trump.
runny eyes, runny nose,
He deliberately
vomiting,
pulled
diarrhea,
strings so that he
or
got
even
a
muscle
muscle hand. He
twitching
could have
and
gotten a
seizures.
lot of
The
serious
virus can be
sick
transmitted
trouble.
by
It
the
is
discharge
a
of an
bit too bad
infected
they
dog,
didn't.
and it's highly
But at the same
contagious.
time, if he
But
did
the
get
best
a thing,
prevention
then
is
it's
by
like
early
6 months,
vaccination.
that would have been bad as well.
In the same inoculation comes a
They
vaccine
made the
against
Trump
canine
die.
hepatitis,
Good.
a viral disease which
Bye.
can also cause a multitude of signs. Puppies with this disease may appear
As I said
very
yesterday,
thirsty
I wish they would bring back the death penalty just for like Reinhardt and
will protect against leptospirosis.
George Reinhardt,
a
you mean the guy
bacterial
from that
disease
movie with
that
Eddie
affects mainly
Murphy?
kidneys, causing diarrhea, and the
Beverly
ground
Hills guy.
discoloration of the jaws, teeth, and tongue.
No.
This bacteria is shed in the urine or feces of infected animals. A fourth part of this inoculation will protect your puppy against parainfluenza, a virus which causes upper respiratory infection.
Parainfluenza?
The next disease, parvovirus, is another
like
very
viral
serious one,
influences?
and may or may not be included in the distemper vaccine we've just discussed. Whether incorporated in the same syringe or administered separately, there is no proven difference in the efficacy or effectiveness of this vaccine. Parvo is a relatively new disease, having been first discovered in 1978. It is a highly contagious and sometimes fatal disease.
Wait, what?
Some of the
Relatively
signs
new?
to look for are
1978?
depression, anorexia, vomiting, bloody diarrhea.
The thing is,
Since the virus is found in the feces
this
of
video
infected
says it was
dogs,
made in
that the best way to
1993,
help your
but
puppy
the actual
avoid
video might
contracting
not
this
have been.
disease is to keep
Because this
him
is the
away
Australian
from other
distribution.
dogs'
They bought it
food during his
from
walks,
somewhere else.
and to make sure he receives his parvovirus vaccines. Other vaccines commonly used are for coronavirus, another intestinal virus, and Bordetella brachyphylla,
Coronavirus?
a
They've
Oh,
had
no!
a vaccine for ages.
like kennel cough, for example.
But only for puppies.
Only for doggos.
That's
The
why
last
they're not
vaccine
carriers,
to
right?
administer is the rabies vaccine. Rabies is a severe and usually
Now,
fatal
that's something
disease
we don't have to
which
worry
attacks
about.
a dog's central nervous system.
Unless it transfers
You
over
may know
to
severe
the
signs,
We don't have
such
to
as
worry about that in
side
this
walking,
country. We don't have
foam
it
in the
here.
mouth, or even jaw drop in the later phases. It is transmitted by the saliva of an infected animal, usually by
like
biting.
cartoons.
Even if your
Where they
pet
go,
should be bitten by a rabid dog or other animal, he can still possibly be saved if you get him to your veterinarian in time for a series of injections. As this disease is a public health hazard and can affect humans, the vaccination is required by law. Each state has its own requirements with regards to the age of the dog at its first rabies inoculation, the booster vaccinations, and the type of rabies vaccine which is acceptable. Consult your veterinarian regarding your state's specific requirements. Should your puppy or dog exhibit any of the disease symptoms mentioned here, make sure to
transfer this video over to Australia.
There are less serious conditions which can cause these same signs. So with a good examination and appropriate tests, your veterinarian should be able to make a correct diagnosis and provide the necessary treatment.
Why would they?
As I mentioned earlier, there are a number of intestinal parasites which commonly affect puppies and can affect your adult dog as well. Many of these parasites are passed to the puppies by the mother during pregnancy or nursing, while others result from infections from contaminated fecal waste material. The tapeworm and the heartworm infection result from insect bites,
well, then
the flea in the case of the tapeworm and the mosquito in the case of the heartworm. Except for the tapeworm infection, in which you can usually make the diagnosis yourself by seeing worm segments in your dog's stool, or dry segments which look like rice grains around his anus or his bedding, and the heartworm infection, which requires a blood test and oftentimes an x-ray to make a diagnosis, the other intestinal parasites most often shed only eggs or cysts in the stool. So your veterinarian must make a diagnosis via fecal test.
You and your arithmetic.
Those other parasites which may affect puppy are the true worms, such as the roundworm, the hookworm, and the whipworm, and the protozoan parasites, such as Coccidia and Giardia. Your veterinarian can easily distinguish between these parasites by the eggs or cysts which they shed. Once accurately diagnosed, your veterinarian can choose the appropriate treatment for your pet's parasite infection. Many veterinarians will not recommend you worm your dog or puppy with over-the-counter worming products. These products are not very specific and oftentimes will have no effect on the particular worm your dog may have. My recommendation is that before purchasing any worm products for your dog or puppy, please consult your veterinarian. In the case of tapeworm infection, since they do
consult your veterinarian
will probably recommend
I think that's what he said.
Hey, you piece of shit.
Treat tapeworms without also taking
What
care
kind of
health
frickin' tablets should I get from my dog's frickin' asshole?
Motherfucker.
Alright, we're on green. Puppy exercise and nutritional needs. They should go together?
What should
Are
I
we gonna
feed
watch
puppy?
dogs sit again?
How long should I feed it puppy food? Which toys are okay? Does my puppy need vitamins?
Should I feed it
These
Skinny
questions
Witty?
we as veterinarians are often asked, and I would now like to take a few minutes to answer them. You should try to feed your puppy puppy food. Puppies, especially those between 8 and 18 weeks of age, have extra vitamin, calorie, protein, mineral requirements for growth and development, which may not
said
be
that
met
out of order
by
to the
feeding many
text
adults.
on the
Oh,
screen.
you broke
As
it.
far as
Now I
I'm
can't
concerned,
pay attention
Any
anymore.
commercial brand is okay, though many veterinarians and breeders recommend the pet store or veterinary brands. The pet store and veterinary brands have more calories and thus more usable energy per volume of food. Because of this increased efficiency, your dog can eat less of this food and still receive all the nutrients and calories he needs. This helps
saving
you
us
by
money.
having less species to clean up.
Probably not,
Additionally,
because it's
because you
way
don't
more
have to feed your
expensive
dog
rather
as
than
much of this
incrementally.
food, it is actually less expensive than it may seem.
But we have less
My only
pieces
recommendation
to clean
is
up.
that you try to avoid
I
the
believe
generic
it.
or plain wrappers, especially
But the
during
doctor
the puppy's
says-
early growth period.
It's not like he's
Try to
being
feed young
sponsored by
puppies,
some sort
those
of
under 4
cat
months
food
of
brand
age,
or
3
something.
times daily. Multiple feedings are also very
What's a
helpful when it
skitty
comes to
witty?
housebreaking.
I don't know,
It's
but
not
it's in my
possible.
head and I want one.
Twice daily feedings will be just fine. Some puppies continue to
I don't
eat
get influenced
twice
by
a day
anything.
throughout
Give
their
me
first
Skinny
year,
Witty!
while others may start showing a preference to eat just once a day, sometimes as early as 6 months of age. Most small and medium-sized dogs can start eating adult dog food after 1 year of age. In the larger breeds, however, which are still growing into their second year, many veterinarians now recommend you continue feeding these dogs their puppy food for 1.5 to 2 years instead of 1.
Wow.
And when making that switch to adult food, I recommend you do it nice and slowly over a few day period, as this will help avoid problems with diarrhea. What about canned food
Diarrhea.
versus dry food?
He has a problem with
There
diarrhea.
really are no
He
specific
does.
guidelines. Puppies seem to like canned food better than dry, but most owners, because of their convenience, seem to prefer to feed dry food over canned. So what it really boils down to is personal preference. Whether you decide
Our
to
vets told
feed
us to stop
all
giving
canned
Benji
food,
canned
all
food.
dry
Oh,
food,
really?
Only
or a
go
mixture
dry,
of
yeah.
both,
He gets all
Don't
these nutrients and it
overfeed.
helps.
Keep your dog lean and don't
anal
let him
glands
get
to
fat.
squeeze easier.
Obesity is as much a problem with the dog as it is a man, and can predispose your puppy or dog to a variety of
His
problems.
wet food comes from our
Obesity
leftovers.
is extremely difficult to deal with since it is very hard to get your dog to lose weight. And just as a warning, doggy treats, which are okay as snacks if used in moderation, are extremely fattening. Use them, don't abuse them. Table scraps are also fattening, and feeding them to your dog or puppy will surely spoil him.
Otherwise, you'll end up running around.
Remind your house guests and
training
children to
our
avoid this
dog,
practice
how many
as well.
times can we give him a treat in training?
It is always good
I
to
need
give your dog
specifics here,
something to chew
people.
on, so keep
You
this
know,
in
they've got
mind if you
conflicting
elect to
information
feed him
here.
canned food.
Don't abuse the snacks.
Speaking of chewies, there seems to be
Use them
quite a
when
bit
you
of
want to train
controversy with regards to
You should train
which
your
ones are
dog.
safe. The fact is, all dogs need to chew. With puppies, chewing regularly helps induce normal tooth
No
growth.
swallowing.
It assists in getting rid of the baby teeth at the proper time, and it helps align the permanent teeth to assure normal jaw development. I feel the nylon bone and plastic polymer bone products like
You're
nylon
holding it the
bone
wrong
and
way, I
gummer bone
can't
are
see.
extremely safe.
Turn it
Since
to
your
the
dog will
camera.
be unable to break off
Hey!
large chunks,
Turn
and
it to the
they seem to
camera.
satisfy the urge to chew.
That was a bad
Chew
shot.
sticks made of pressed rawhide chips are also fairly safe, as only small pieces break off as they are worn down. The problem I have with rawhide bones and chew sticks made of sheet rawhide is, as a dog's saliva softens them, they unravel, allowing your dog to tear off large chunks, which may cause him to choke. And finally, soft rubber products, especially the squeaky ones, are also potentially unsafe because a dog can easily tear these up and either choke on or swallow large pieces of rubber or
Swallow
a plastic
the
noisemaker,
squeaker.
causing problems with
But that's
intestinal
funny.
obstruction.
It's coughing
Because
death.
these latter items are so popular, and many dogs really seem to like them, I make the following recommendations. 1. If possible, remove the plastic noisemaker from the squeaky toys. 2. Do not allow your dog or puppy too much unattended playtime with these products. You can always leave them alone for longer periods with a nylon bone. And 3. Check these
But
toys
dang,
frequently.
Arch just likes to tear
And at
things
the
up
earliest
and then
sign of wear,
leave
such
the-
as tearing of the soft
the
rubber
remains
toy,
on the floor.
or the softening or unraveling of the rawhide toy, throw them away and buy your dog a new one. I also do not recommend giving your dog large, butcher-type knuckle bones or letting your dog play with old shoes or old articles of clothing for these same safety reasons. Knuckle bones, for example, can splinter into sharp pieces, and shoes often have nails in the heels. Anyway, even the most intelligent dog would have a pretty tough time distinguishing between the old work shoes you have given him to play with and your new dress shoes.
Yeah.
Much controversy also exists over the question of vitamin and mineral supplements. Might they be
You don't
helpful?
want your dog chewing
Might
up
they be
the
harmful?
heelys.
Might
hell
they be
no.
totally unnecessary?
one dead doggo,
Unfortunately, the
I'm gonna
answer
tell
to
you
all these
what.
questions is yes, and therein lies the problem. Because of the complex nature of this issue, my recommendation is simply that you discuss this topic with your veterinarian before starting your puppy or dog on any vitamin or mineral supplements. As you can see, there is a variety of collars and different styles and materials to choose from. Your pet store representative or trainer will gladly assist you in choosing the right one for your dog. My only recommendation is that you are able to fit 2 to 3 fingers comfortably under the collar, and remember that as your dog grows, so must the size of its collar. When buying a collar, you may also want to order a personalized name tag for your dog. This ID may come in very handy should he ever be lost. Exercise is very important for your puppy, and though some exercise is essential, too much can be harmful, particularly during a
He's not
puppy's
actually
early
saying
growth
Shih
periods.
Tzu that much.
The growing bones and muscles of a
These
puppy
are-
need a certain amount of
he's
movement and
saying
stress in order to
diarrhea.
develop
They're
properly.
things he can
But too much
intercut with
stress
other
and pounding
breeds.
can
There
have
are
a
some,
deleterious effect on joints
And
and
he gets the
skeletal
sticky
structures
finger in all the
surrounding the
breeds,
joints.
so
This
that
is
was
especially true with those large
We'll
breed
see
dogs,
if we ever
which
get
are at
hold
a
of
high
Noah.
risk for
Maybe
developing
not.
hip problems.
He's
In addition to
he's
feeding
talking
these
louder
dogs
now.
puppy
He's
food for
outside.
an extended length of time and avoiding supplements, especially calcium,
It's funny,
it
I
is also
assume that
recommended that
Andrew's
these
not
dogs
actually
be
watching,
allowed
he's got it on
only
another
moderate
tab,
levels of
and suddenly
exercise
it
with
started
no
yelling at him
persistent
from the other
pounding.
tab.
Let
Whoa,
them get
settle
on
down,
the
mate.
pavement or playing on other hard
I'm just trying to
surfaces
watch
for
some
extended
porn
periods of
here.
time until they are at least 2 years of age. What I would recommend as a good moderate exercise would be a
Watching some
20-minute
different
brisk
puppy
walk,
dogs.
which by the way is good for you too, or
The
taking
workout
your
one?
dog to the park
Oh,
and
yeah.
throwing a tennis ball or a frisbee around for 20
With the
minutes.
poodle ladies.
All in all, proper nutrition and exercise is essential throughout the life of your dog.
Training and housebreaking your Shitzus. That's the fourth one.
For your own sanity, and certainly for the well-being of your house, furniture, and other personal property, you'll soon want to consider training your puppy. Also, as I'm sure many of you have realized by now, it's not always so easy for that little character to master housebreaking. Here to assist me by talking to you about housebreaking and puppy training is Michael Chill, an animal behavior specialist and professional dog trainer for over 12 years. Hello, Michael.
Hello, Dr. Werber.
My watch just told me that
There are
Christmas has
two
come
basic
early.
methods for housebreaking puppies. The most common is paper
It's
training,
Halloween.
and it's ideal for young
Yeah,
puppies between
Australian,
6
yeah.
and 8 weeks of age. Choose a room
Whoa,
in your
who's this
home.
bearded
Your
dude?
kitchen or a small bathroom will do nicely. Lay papers over the entire floor and put your dog's bed, his food and water dishes, and a few chew toys inside. This room will serve as his
all
living
know that
area.
puppies
And you
like
need
to
to keep
read
him here
them.
at night, while
They
you're
need
at
to be
work,
educated.
and any other time when you cannot directly supervise him. Since there's paper covering the entire floor, obviously your puppy will use it to relieve himself. After a few short days, he'll begin to associate the smell of newspaper with the act of eliminating. Allow him out of his area,
True.
but only under your direct supervision.
Especially
And
this guy.
since puppies eliminate
Just
quite
take it off
frequently, return him to his area often, especially at key times, such as after he plays, when he wakes up from a nap, and after he eats or drinks. In a few days, your puppy will be running over to the paper on his own to relieve himself. At this point, you can begin to reduce the amount of paper you have covering his floored area. Some people
So
stop
then make sure
right
you
here.
Put newspaper
Toy
outside on
breeds
the
who don't
grass.
have long work hours are the usual candidates for full-time paper training. To housebreak from this stage, simply remove the paper from his area. Instead of taking him here during key times, take him outside to the newspaper you've already placed. When he relieves himself outdoors, praise him and bring him back in. You'll need to repeat this several times throughout the day. For the first night or two, leave paper down just for security reasons.
Then
But
start
after 2 or
leaving
3
the
days,
paper
you should
down
find
on
him
a
staying
toilet
clean
bowl
throughout the entire
so
evening.
that the dog goes to
At
the
this
toilet.
point, you can then begin to increase his living area to include adjacent rooms. Paper training itself takes usually 5 to 10 days for most puppies. Housebreaking from there depends on a couple of different factors, such as how diligent you are and the age of your puppy.
And
If
never
there are
messing
too
with
many
it.
accidents, you're probably asking too much too soon.
Denning? Oh, denning.
Denning, or crating as it's sometimes known, is another effective method for house training your puppy. Buy a flight kennel box from a pet shop. It should be big enough for your puppy to stand in, lie down, and to turn around. That's it. Put your puppy inside with an olive bone for amusement, and let him get used to it for about an hour or so. Although most puppies cry when their foot's put in, they adjust rather quickly. Dogs have a natural tendency to keep
No matter
themselves
what you
clean.
do, never come
The
to
time
your
spent
dog while
inside
it's
the kennel box will encourage your dog to develop bladder and bowel control. After the first hour or two, take your puppy outside. When he relieves himself, praise him, then bring him back into your
You ever
house.
stuck your dog in a box?
Supervise him for about half an hour, and return
Just
him
as
outside
slept
if he
in a
needs to
tub
eliminate.
for the first
Put him
couple
back in the kennel
months.
box for another few hours.
But then it quickly
You are to
became
put your
clear
puppy
again,
in the
no
kennel
one cares.
box at night, when you're out of the house,
I can't
or
imagine
any other
shoving my
time
dog
not
in a
directly
box.
supervise
Nothing
him.
like that. Nothing that he
The
can't get
kennel
out
box
of.
is not to be
Or
used for
they can't
discipline or
hide.
as
I
punishment.
can't really imagine
It's
finding a
simply
box
used
big
to
enough
teach your
for
dog
it.
to hold
That's
it.
also true.
Taking your dog outside after his stay in the kennel box will teach him when and where to
But a big
eliminate.
one.
And the supervised time indoors will teach your dog to behave in your house without eliminating on your floors. After about 7 to 10
Eliminating.
days, most
He
puppies
calls
fall into
peeing
the pattern
eliminating.
very, very easily. You
Yeah, you
begin to
have
leave
to
the kennel box
eliminate
door
pee
open.
from
Your
your
puppy will
bladder.
still not eliminate his
Which
immediate
I'm
surrounding
doing
area.
now.
Okay.
Denning is ideal for older puppies, for housebreaking them, as well as a way of keeping them out of trouble when you can't watch them. Dogs are dead animals and tend to feel more secure in small confined spaces. Also, most puppies sleep about 18 to 20 hours a day, so denning is a good way of teaching them to adapt to your schedule. Which method you choose depends on a variety of factors. Puppies do not develop full control till they're about 10 to 12 weeks of age. So for young puppies, since they need to eliminate frequently, I'd recommend paper training. Also, dogs purchased from pet shops
She has a giant
are
bed
usually
for
used to
space.
eliminating in
You
their
don't go
display
near him when he's
boxes.
on that.
And
That's
since
when
the
he
kennel box
knows
will not
he's
produce the
having
desired effect, you may want to paper train these puppies
But not
for
a
a few
box.
days. Older dogs, however, denning is an ideal technique to train them as it allows for fewer mistakes and is a much faster technique for housebreaking. Some people even combine both techniques. They paper train during the work week when they're gone, and then done on the weekend, and they can devote more time to training their puppies. Mistakes are inevitable, and how you discipline is very, very important. Proper discipline is a must. When you come upon an accident in your home, go get your puppy and bring him over to the area he soiled. Never call your dog to you for discipline. Show them the mistake and tell them no,
because they don't
firmly,
remember
then
what
release
they
it.
did.
Take the
They can
mistake
only do
to
it where
where
you
you
catch
want
them
your
in the
dog
end.
to eliminate.
This is an old
If
video
you're
and
sure,
it's
soak it
wrong.
up in a napkin. And if it's feces, pick them up in a napkin and take them outdoors. Go get your dog, bring him outdoors to where you relocated the mistake. Show it to him and give him lots of praise. That's
This
it.
is
It should be
simple.
very, very simple.
No,
After a
you
few
can't do that
minutes,
to dog.
throw away your paper towel and
could've put them
return
in the
inside. Clean the soiled area with a good
This video is
odor
outdated
neutralizer
from
and
what I
pet stain
got told
remover
from
available at most
Okay.
pet shops. Do not use household cleansers or disinfectants, as they can contain chemical and ammonia smells, which will just reattract your dog to the same area.
Really? Puppy training.
Training your puppy should start the moment you bring him home. Things like jumping and chewing may seem cute while he's young, but can actually become quite annoying or even dangerous as he gets older. Discourage his behavior now. When your puppy jumps on you, tell him no firmly. Then simply kneel down to his level, teach him to reach you while he's still on all fours. If you catch your puppy chewing on something he shouldn't, correct him with a good firm no. Wait a moment, then hand him a chew ball to teach him what he should be chewing instead. Keeping things out of his reach can help avoid problems before they start. Most veterinarians and pet shops sell products that actually discourage chewing. It would be a good idea to get some of this to treat things you can't keep out of his reach. Buy your puppy a soft collar made of nylon or leather, and take him for short, frequent walks on a leash. Bring him in public and teach him to behave and see things like other dogs, noise, people, and traffic. Exposure socialization is very important.
What the hell was that kid wearing? That's doily around their neck. Is that all they're gonna do on training?
I
just watched an hour and a half video of training, and then we only got 5 seconds of that
once a
one.
year to help ensure his continued health
Now
and
they're back
well-being.
to teach you what the vet should be
Firstly, the
doing.
vaccination series, which your dog received as a puppy, now needs to be continued in the form of booster vaccines to reinforce his immunity against the various diseases we have previously discussed. There are many different practices regarding these booster schedules. Some veterinarians will administer an initial 6-month booster, followed by annual boosters, while others may continue to give 6-month boosters against some diseases throughout your dog's adult life. In my practice, for example, we vaccinate against parvovirus every 6 months and administer the distemper combination vaccine once a
You
year.
missed it. You missed the puppy
As I mentioned
training
earlier,
segment.
your veterinarian will instruct you with regards to
I
the
hadn't
way
just
you
watched it.
vaccinate
Yeah, an hour and a half worth of puppy
appropriate to your
training.
state.
And then this one did it in
Certainly,
like
if
the
your dog
time that
starts
you left the
exhibiting
room.
any signs of problems or unusual behavior, please see your veterinarian.
Why?
It's better
What's wrong?
safe than sorry.
We had echo.
And remember,
No one
since
told
the
us we had
dog
echo.
is still susceptible
Was
to
it on our
intestinal
voice or on the
parasites,
video?
I recommend you bring in a stool sample for analysis with your dog,
That's
even
'cause no
during
one's
his regular
watching.
annual visits. Thank you.
Here's another dog for you to stick your thumb in.
Beginning the
to
examination
remind
with the
myself
nose,
to mute
I like to look for
desktop
any
audio
clusters,
every time.
discolorations, or discharges. Looking at the eyes,
'cause I have
I'll
to
first
use
check the
desktop
eyelids,
audio
checking for growths or aberrant
for,
lashes. Then I'll check the cornea and lens for clarity.
The cinema.
Many older dogs have a uniform clouding of the lens called nuclear sclerosis, which is a normal old age change and causes no problems. However, some older dogs may develop cataracts, which can cause vision impairment and is a condition which requires veterinary attention. Shitzus often have problems with epiphora, or an excess tearing, which could be caused by eyelid problems or plugged tear ducts and require veterinary attention. Overactive tear glands, another common
You know why
cause,
that
generally
is? That's
causes
because
no
all these
discomfort
breeds of
and
dogs
is simply an aesthetic
are
problem.
goddamn
Additionally, because of
inbred.
their bulging eyes, Shitzus
Yeah, they're
also
sad
have
because they're
problems with
inbred and
corneal abrasions
genetically
and
fucked.
ulcers.
Because of all the people wanting
Then I'll examine
purebreds?
the ears, looking for any discharges,
Yes,
hair growth, or
and just
masses
other
within the
desirable
canal or pinna.
traits.
No, I like mutts.
As if you don't want a mutt. Come on.
If I notice any
Well, the chest is
abnormalities,
pure.
or if the owner had mentioned any ear-related
That's why
problems,
he's
I'll take a
dumb.
closer look with the otoscope.
An otoscope.
It's why he's so predictable.
As owners of a Shih Tzu, why do we need to know what an otoscope is and whether you look in his
Yeah,
ears
what the
with it?
fuck? Are you paying for the Shih Tzu owners to have these?
Checking the mouth, I'm looking for signs of dental or oral disease, such as broken teeth, exposed roots, gum
Much
recession,
speculation
gum
in the media
tumors.
about Bruno
And
Mars'
lastly, for the
bad
presence
habit.
of tartar.
Which one? The
Are we
poop.
being derailed by some other topic? We're talking about dogs, not Bruno Mars. If we were watching an Elvis
I usually
video, maybe we
recommend
could
that
talk about
owners
Bruno
brush their
Mars.
dog's teeth daily. Canine
Used to be an
toothbrush
Elvis
and toothpaste
impersonator when
kits
he was
are
a
readily
child.
available through your veterinarian.
That's
Moving on
all
to
I
the
have
neck,
to say
I'll be
about the
checking for the
topic.
presence
But
of
does
any
he is
mastics
gay?
and palpate the
I
lymph
don't know what you're
nodes.
talking about.
Then I'll do the
I
same
missed
for the
out on
shoulder
this
area.
thing.
I then examine the chest, making sure the heart sounds are normal and lung field is clear.
Didn't we already do this?
Yeah, we got to watch it again. This time
Listening
with
to
an
the
older
heart
dog.
sounds, I'm checking the rate, rhythm, and the valve sounds.
He's gonna stick his
He's
finger
got to
in
stick
his
his
butthole
finger.
again?
Yeah, he has to.
God damn
In the
it.
chest, I'm making sure there are no abnormal pulmonary sounds like wheezing or rales.
Or any cardiac dysrhythmias.
We already know how to identify it.
I'll then listen to the gut sounds
Listen to the vaginas.
and then
For the
palpate the abdomen.
gurgles.
Moving on to the
What?
skin, I'll check carefully for ectoparasites like fleas or ticks. Then I'll look for scabs, sores, scaling, or any areas of hair loss.
Scabs.
Well, hello, Ness.
I'll check both the top and bottom because the ventrum is a commonly affected area.
Wow!
Skin disease is a common problem in Shih Tzus and can be due to flea allergy, food allergy, or even atopy, which is a pollen allergy. And I'll check under the tail, examining the anal area, looking for any growths or abnormalities,
Atopy.
and to see if the anal glands are full or impacted.
Here we go.
In males, I'll palpate the scrotum, checking for
Hold it
testicular
there.
abnormalities, and I'll
Hold
check the
it.
vulva in females.
Hold it.
Now he's
Lastly, I'll
playing
check
with
the
the balls.
musculoskeletal
Yeah,
system,
what with the
palpating
thumb in the
limbs
butt
and
and
joints.
tickle the
And I'll
balls.
check
He's
the
good.
feet
He's
for
good at
burrs
it.
or
He
fox
knows what he's
tails.
doing. And there it comes. Did you see that?
If limping was a presenting complaint,
You could
I'll also
actually
examine the
rewind
lungs
that
again.
and like go slow motion and watch the
Remember,
jerking motion
regular
as he
visits to
pops
your
it out.
veterinarian will help to ensure a happy, healthy life for your Shih Tzu.
Andrew made the same joke you did. Adult exercise and nutritional needs. Didn't we do this
As an
before?
adult,
We did it for the
your
pup,
dog's
I think.
nutritional
Oh,
requirements
so we're watching
are
the
different
same
than when he
video
was a puppy.
twice, but once is for
We're
an
back in the
adult.
skitty witty though.
Under which an
Skitty
adult
witty.
dog will need
We
to be on a
want
high
skitty
point of
witty.
nutrition, such as pregnancy,
Yeah, where the fuck's that skitty
lactation,
witty?
or even high-stress working conditions. But under
I
normal
like how
conditions,
neither of
he
those
actually
words
needs
are
less
real words.
calories per pound body weight
No,
than
they're
he did as a
not.
grown
They've
puppy.
made a product with two
Therefore, as I mentioned
words that don't
previously,
mean anything.
you should switch to an adult dog food at about 1 year of age for smaller,
Well, actually, I think witty
medium-sized
is a
dogs,
word.
and 1.5
Talks
to
about
2
like
years
that.
for larger breed dogs.
Really?
The recommendations I made earlier
No, it's
regarding
not like that.
puppies'
Is
food
it?
still
I think
hold
so.
true now that your
I would
puppy
have
is
said
grown
it
up.
only had the one T, but
Since
I
the
may
pet
be
store
wrong.
I
does
think
not
Nothing
wit
about
has
it.
the one T,
are
but then when
so
it becomes
highly
witty, it
calorie
takes
and
the
nutrient
two.
efficient, they are most commonly
So the
recommended for
product
adult
must
dogs'
be
needs.
something
Also,
to do with
because of their high efficiency, you can get away with
bowling
feeding less of this
pins
food,
and
which is easier
making
on your
jokes.
pocketbook, and
Yeah.
your dog will leave less of a mess for you to clean up.
Yeah, I like that.
However, there are many other
Actually, it's a
brands
kitty
commercially
condo
available which
that
are
sits
acceptable.
anywhere in the home.
Once again, I recommend that you try to avoid the generic or plain wrap foods. As your adult dog ages or develops any
Shut
medical
up, so we
problems,
can
you may
afford.
require a special
Yeah.
diet. Fortunately,
Jerk.
many pet food
Yeah,
companies
and I
have
like
developed
buying the
foods
biggest
to meet
bag
these
because then you
special
sit it
needs.
in your
And your
trolley,
veterinarian will be happy
and
to
you
discuss
don't have
these
to
diets
legally
with you
pick it up
should
and
the
put
need
it through the
arise.
cash register, and then you take it through, and sometimes
The
they
need to
don't
chew,
remember to
as
put it
evidenced
through,
in the
and then you
puppy,
get it for
continues
free.
throughout the dog's adult life. This chewing is good for teeth cleaning, gum massage, and jaw exercise. It also provides an outlet for doggy stress and tension. As far as my recommendations are concerned, please refer to the discussion in the puppy section of this tape, as the suggestions I made for your puppy still apply for your adult dog
Rewind.
as well. Does your adult
I've
dog
already
need
said
vitamins?
this, and I don't care
Again,
to
this is
repeat
such a
myself.
controversial issue.
You know, I
Every
will
dog's
if you get
needs are
another kind of
different.
dog.
I recommend you consult with your veterinarian
But
regarding
look,
your
there's a
own
picture of a
dog's
Shih Tzu in the
specific
background.
requirements.
That's to remind him which one he's talking about.
As with your puppy,
Maybe.
exercise is extremely important for your adult dog. It
He's
provides
yelling again.
cardiovascular benefits, it helps maintain good
Oh, he's
muscle
undone a
tone,
button.
and it helps
There you
prevent
go.
obesity, which is
He's
even
got his
more
outside
difficult to
buttons
control
undone.
in an adult dog than it is in a
It's a
puppy.
humid day, okay?
You should try to
Look.
avoid running your dog on hard surfaces
Someone's
for
walking in the
extended periods
background.
of time, but should it be necessary to
Bye.
do so, work him up to it gradually.
You think they
Check
hired
pads
that
and
guy?
feet frequently for signs of wear.
To do a walk in the
Moderate
background?
No,
forms of
because there's a
exercise,
runner.
such as brisk walks or playing
Whoa,
frisbee
it was the
ball
same guy!
are also ideal for your adult dog.
I'll walk
I
past
think if
the
you look in the
restaurant.
gaps of the
Dogs
trees,
may
you can
have
see
skeletal
people walking
problems
back
like
there as well.
arthritis or other
Yeah, there's
partially
somebody playing
debilitating
tennis.
conditions.
Or
So please ask your
shuttlecock.
veterinarian about an appropriate exercise plan for these
shuttlecock.
more fragile friends.
It's probably shuttlecock. It's
Oh,
Hollywood
so I get
after
to see
all.
the adult
Now that
training.
the dog is hopefully
Yay.
housebroken and is leaving your furniture intact and house in one piece, what do you do now? Basic obedience training, that's what you do. And here to talk to you
Beat
about
the dog
basic
into
obedience
submission.
training is, once again, Michael Chill, our behavior specialist and dog trainer.
Michael Chill.
Again.
His name is Chill.
Formal obedience
he's cool.
training should start when
Look
your
at
puppy
that.
is about 4 to
Look at
5
that facial
months
hair.
old.
How can he not be
This is the
Yeah,
age when your puppy's
sure, I
attention
guess
span
you may
is
see a
beginning
cool
to
dude,
increase.
but you know what I
And
see?
he's developing
I see
an
a
improved
12-year-old
ability to
boy with
remember
a fake
things.
beard on.
Basic
No,
obedience
I
training
see.
He's
for
got
house
boyish
pets
charm under
There's a
a
Russian
beard.
with a
consists of
really
the training
red
commands
face.
of heel, sit,
You want
stay,
to train your
down and
dog,
calm.
yes?
and should include the concept commands of no and okay.
What you will need is
These
vodka.
training commands
Lots of
specifically address
vodka.
many of the problems experienced by most pet owners,
Many
such
of
as
the
jumping,
problems.
leash pulling, and bolting through doorways. At the same time, training
No, I don't
makes
see
the
it
dog
Russian. I
more
still see a
manageable
child
and gives you
wearing
control
a-
to handle
a
behavioral problems
face
such as
mask of a
barking,
beard.
digging, or chewing. You should also gain skills to address
looks like he's
specific
straight out of the
temperament
70s,
problems
though.
such as excessive aggression or shyness.
Yeah,
Tools for obedience training include a 6-foot training
probably
lead,
is.
a choke chain, and a
They
15-foot
did say
lunge
that
line.
whatever was a new
Treats
disease
should
and
never
found
be
in the
used for training.
70s.
Your dog
So,
should respond
I
because
wouldn't
you
be
want them
surprised.
to, not because they're looking for a bribe. Most good training programs include
So we
discipline
just
with
sat
lots of
through
positive
an hour and a
reinforcement.
half of the bribe,
Discipline should
and
be
now
firm.
they're
The
like,
thing
because
is,
they want
though,
to.
Not severe
in the other
or
video we
abusive.
saw at work,
Never
they're
hit
not
or
really showing
abuse
as
your
much
dog.
in this.
No, we're showing
Positive
us a baby
reinforcement
face.
all
man
we've
with a
all we
beard.
had is a
How
finger and a
the dog wants to
butthole.
behave. Methods vary from
I
trainer
guess
to
he was
trainer.
behaving for,
Yet most
for letting
utilize
that
the
happen.
principles of behavioral conditioning and modification, in addition to training the dog and educating you, the owner. Programs for basic obedience training include in-home private training courses, group lessons, and kennel and board training
Yeah,
programs.
the other video
The
didn't
most
have
effective
enough
program is in-home
cue
private
card
training.
screens.
We
where
didn't
trainer
need them.
comes
Hey, that was
to
a blue
you
cue
and
card
takes
screen, but
control
that
of
Fake
your
Chuck
dog from
Norris.
home where most problems occur.
It's his
The
apprentice.
cost of private training can be well worth the investment.
This is young
Group
Chuck.
lessons, often held in
I'll
city
get
parks,
you, Chuck
are a fine,
Norris.
low-cost alternative to private training.
Norris.
For some breeds of dogs that are typically more aggressive or shy, group lessons can be
This is
preferred as
Bucky
they afford an
Norris.
ideal opportunity for
Chuck
exposure
Norris,
and
the Russian.
socialization.
I mean,
Kennel and board training
funny
programs
is the
Nick
comments
Charles.
are, I don't see Chuck Norris when I look at that face, because Norris
for
had a
severe
long...
problems or
It's
for
the
advanced
beard.
guard
That's just a
protection
beard.
work.
I mean,
Check
you've
And-
got
and
a
the hair
beard,
kinda
Kate,
as well, I
Before you
can
enroll in
see,
any
I
particular
guess.
program.
slightly thinning, but
Ask lots of
kind of
questions.
thick.
Yeah.
As to the methods employed, especially
Thin
those
strands,
pertaining to your
thick
individual
hair.
problems. Remember, your participation is vital. to
He doesn't
the success
have
of
snake
your program.
boots
and
on,
whether or
though.
not your dog gets trained is really up to you.
We don't know that. We haven't seen his feet.
Spraying or neutering your Shitzu.
What are the real facts about spaying and neutering?
He's
Most
sitting on the,
veterinarians highly recommend you have it
disinfected
done.
surface.
Certainly.
Now we have
if
to
your
wipe
dog
it
is of
down
sharp
from your
quality,
butt,
you
Jerry.
may
He's
want to
wiping it
breed
down with his
assuming,
butt.
of course, he or
Ah.
she has no hereditable problems.
He doesn't wear
So
gloves
then
when he
staying
sticks
can
his
certainly
fingers in
wait.
buttholes. He's sitting
I
on the
recommend staying and
disinfected
neutering
surface.
simply because
I
it's
mean, that's
good for
cold
your
steel.
dog.
He's going to get hemorrhoids.
In addition to population
Depends how long he
control,
sits there.
and there are millions of
Time
dogs and
it.
cats put to sleep each year in United States pounds and shelters, there are also
I don't wanna
definite
know about
medical
this.
and or behavioral advantages to having the procedure done. Firstly, to dispel many myths, a female dog need not experience an estrus or heat in order to become sexually mature. As a matter of fact, if you have your female dog spayed after 6 months of age, but prior to her first heat, which is usually around 7 months of age, you can decrease the risk of her getting mammary
There's a
cancer
lot
as
of
an older
numbers and
dog
percentages.
by about 98%.
Just tell us when to do it.
If she has her first heat and you spay her prior to her second, the risk reduction decreases to 80 to 85%, which is still pretty good. If, however,
That's
she
still
is
pretty
spayed
good.
after her second heat or after a litter, the surgery will provide no mammary cancer risk reduction. To help you better understand this, mammary cancer in female dogs is roughly 10 times more prevalent than it is in women. Still, if you have an older female who has already had 2 heats, there are other advantages to spaying, such as the prevention of ovarian or uterine cancers, ovarian cysts, metritis, and pyometra, which is a serious uterine infection.
Just call it
Since the
titty
treatment
cancer.
of choice for these conditions is spaying, by doing
Yeah,
it
he's
before
saying a
these
lot of
problems
big
arise,
words.
you'll be
I swear that
practicing
this is for
good
vets, not
preventative
us.
medicine.
It must be, right?
As far as the males are concerned, There isn't the same urgency associated with early neutering for medical reasons as there is for
I
early
like his old
spaying.
school weights, though.
However, there are some distinct behavioral advantages to early neutering, and I therefore usually recommend that any male dog 6 months of age or older that will not or cannot be used for breeding be neutered. If you have a breeding male
Cannot
dog,
be used for breeding.
I recommend
What's
he be
that
neutered
supposed
once
to
he's no
mean?
longer being
I
used for
think
breeding
certain,
anymore,
like,
or at
mutts.
least by the age of 6 to
They
7
can
years.
be used for breeding, just not like
Neutered male
profitable
dogs are
breeding.
less apt to roam
Like, should
or to
not.
break through every
Is probably what he
gate,
meant to say.
door, or
Yeah,
window,
but that's still
possibly
bad
looking
because
for a
I'd
female
rather
dog to
have
meet.
mutts breed than
It is interesting to
purebreds and
note
stuff.
that most dogs found dead on the highways are non-neutered male dogs. Neutered males will also be less
equal
aggressive
risk
to other
of
male
car
dogs,
damage.
especially in the presence of a female dog. It will not, however,
Cut your
affect their
dog's balls
aggressive,
off or you'll
territorial,
find
or
him dead on
watchdog
the
behavior.
road.
Nor
It seems
will it
kind of
affect
like
their
that Reefer
general
Madness sort of
nature
thing.
and
Don't
personality.
smoke dope, otherwise you'll
On
end
the
up
medical
in gang
side,
law and
neutering will
wife
help prevent
being
prostatitis,
and
prostate
poured out.
cancer,
Like,
testicular
wow,
disease,
that was a bit of a
and
jump.
also perianal adenomas, which are very painful glandular tissue
Perianal
growths around the
adenomas?
anus. The successful management of many of
Whoa.
these problems is neutering. So why
That's
wait until you have to neuter your
all I
dog?
heard.
Why not do it now as an elective procedure? You'll both be better
Right
off.
now. Right, this instant.
Finally, to dispel another popular myth about
Sneak.
spaying and neutering, these procedures will not leave your dog fat and lazy. By neutering or spaying your dog, it will become less sexually active. Because of decreased sexual activity, your dog may
Tell it to
experience
Archie,
an
Jesus
overall
Christ.
decrease in activity.
Yeah,
For
it's a
example,
dominating thing with
your male
Archie.
dog won't be running
Thing
around
about
constantly
Mangy,
looking
though,
for a possible
is
escape
we got him
out of your house or
neutered
yard.
way early, like a few
You may
weeks
need to
in, because he's a
compensate
big
for this
dog. He can
decreased
actually do it a
activity
few weeks in,
by
sort of
either
thing.
cutting back his food
He
or
still
spending
wakes
a little more
himself up,
exercise time with
humping
him.
in dreams.
One last advantage.
He has
A
dream
spayed
sex
or
more than
neutered
he has
dog
anything
will
else. He
make
still wet
better
dreams all the
health
time. Just constantly, he just while he's sleeping. We think he's having a fit, but he's just having a butt fit.
Certain breeds, are they the
As I
lazier
mentioned
breeds in
earlier,
general though?
One important facet of the general examination
Like ones with the
is a
trait
skin
of just generally
examination.
being lazy?
And since
mean
skin
Labradors?
disease and skin parasites are
Yes.
such a
Yeah.
major
I don't know that much
problem
about
in
dogs,
puppies and
honestly.
dogs, I want to spend a few
Labradors
have
minutes on
dogs.
this
won't
important
stop
topic.
eating until you stop feeding them.
We've talked about internal
And they
parasites
do
and how
often
they
get
affect
fat
your
and
pet.
lazy.
Now let's discuss
Yeah,
the external
stick your
or
finger up your own
ectoparasites.
butt.
Yeah, wash
We've
it
already learned
first,
that
please. We've seen it.
No,
It's
don't
two
wash
other
it.
dogs.
You didn't do it for the other ones.
And that fleas can cause tapeworm infections.
It
But did
does
you know that
really
fleas are also
kind of
responsible
irritate
for
me. Though we
causing a
watched him shove his
severe
finger
skin
up
allergy in
dogs'
dogs
butts with
called
no
FAD,
gloves.
No gloves.
As somebody who
dermatitis.
keeps his nails long,
In
and
this
I don't
disease,
like
the
it when I
flea's
even like
saliva
go out
acts as a
gardening and I
very
get dirt under
potent
my nails,
antigen.
like that's just
Many dog
That's
ticks
all,
also
yeah.
act as vectors
It's
for the
a
spreading
no-y.
of various infections
Big
like
no-y.
Rocky Mountain spotted fever, which is a potentially fatal disease of man, or ehrlichiosis and babesiosis, which are blood parasites of dogs.
ehrlichiosis. That's when they
Ticks
just
can
start
also
going like
cause
this.
an anemia in dogs from sucking
That's
blood.
the tick they get when they
and
start
some
licking the air.
can even cause total
That's
paralysis
the kind
in
of
their
tick that
host.
is. It's called
There are a
ehrlichiosis.
variety of mange mites which are of interest to both you and your veterinarian.
Yeah, it tastes
The
good now.
subtopic mange mite, or scabies mite, for example, is a highly
Oh,
contagious
he's just
mite
giving
which
ghost
can affect
kisses.
both you
Ghost
and your
kisses.
dog. This mite will cause severe pruritus or itching, hair loss,
Scar-coptic
and
minge
skin
mite,
crust,
which is interesting
especially
to
around
me.
your
He
dog's
told
head,
so.
ears, neck, and underside.
It's contagious to people.
Another very common mite found more often
I
in
don't want any
puppies
of
is
those
the ear
mites.
mite, which will cause your puppy to scratch
Don't give
excessively
me
at his
any
ears,
kind of mites.
often leaving a dark exudate or discharge.
Contagious to
The
other
third
pets
mite,
when
most
whispering
commonly found
secrets.
in dogs, is the demodectic mange mite. This mite burrows deep into hair follicles, causing areas of hair loss. Though the mite itself does not cause much scratching, a skin infection is often associated with this mite and can cause scratching and sores. Demodectic
That's a
mange
bad dot
presents
point,
itself in
often
two
difficult
forms.
to treat.
One localized, which
Seems
causes
like a
a few
bad dot
solitary
point to me.
lesions, and the other
So
generalized.
don't let him get it.
There may be
Yeah.
a hereditary basis to the
Better be
development
stern
of
with
this
the dog and
generalized
tell it,
form.
don't get sick.
And therefore,
Don't
many
get sick.
veterinarians recommend
Then
that you
give it a
don't
treat.
breed
Yeah, well, every time
dogs
it's not
that
sick.
have generalized demodectic
But
mange.
don't abuse treats.
Your
Only use them.
veterinarian's approach to the treatment of these two forms may differ from each other, as a generalized form has potentially severe ramifications. This infection is found mostly in puppies and in animals under stress, and it is
Mostly.
therefore felt that there is some relationship between the mite and the animal's immune system. Interestingly,
And it might
in
not.
most dogs, the demodectic mange mite is a normal skin
Yeah, well.
inhabitant. One last skin infection, sometimes seen in puppies and dogs, especially those exposed to cats, is ringworm. This is a fungal infection, which
so
can
keep
present
your dogs
in many
away from
forms.
cats. They don't
But
want
most
to
of
get
you
ringworm.
will recognize
Ew.
the red,
I had
round,
ringworm once.
raised
Ringworm.
lesions, which can
So
be
that
very itchy.
when I was in
And be
primary
careful,
school,
you
must
can
have been
get it
around
too.
a cat.
You may be able to
Stupid cat.
see some of the ectoparasites on your dog,
it was
such
just
as the
stupid
flea or the
cat.
tick, while your
Upside
veterinarian
down.
will have to diagnose others by a thorough skin examination and skin scrapings. You can certainly help your veterinarian by letting him know if you have seen any lesions on your dog or if you have noticed your dog or puppy scratching a lot. If you do notice any little critters growing on or stuck
Notice
to your
little
dog,
things on your dog
or any
and you're like,
unusual
what is
sores
that?
or
And
areas
they're
of
all
hair
like,
loss,
we
please
are
take him to
lesions.
your veterinarian for an examination. Though it is tempting
We
to
are
want to
many.
treat your dog with over-the-counter baths and soaps and creams, these conditions have very specific treatments. So an accurate diagnosis must first be made, and only then can the appropriate treatments, which usually involve medications not available to you over the counter, be administered by your
So the
veterinarian.
other video wasn't
Whenever
boring because
possible,
we got to
your
watch
veterinarian
puppies
will
play,
then
right?
have you continue
Why
the treatments
isn't
and
this
medications
boring?
at home.
This is
When
totally
it comes to
boring.
You're
flea
not
control,
liking
your job
it
is
at
a
all?
very
I'm
difficult
not
one.
interested at
You
all
must
in what he
attack
has to
3
say
areas.
because
Neither am I,
Your
but I
dog,
don't know. I'm just
the house,
happily
and
listening
finally
to
the
him
yard.
talk shit.
And to be successful, you must treat these 3 at the
Maybe
same
I'm just in a
time.
good mood today.
For your dog, you want to kill the fleas on him,
maybe it's just because I didn't
then
sleep well
provide
last
a
night.
residual protection to
Maybe
keep them
my
off.
attention
You never
span
sleep
is right
well.
now.
Bath,
Yeah, but
followed
particularly
by
last
sprays
night.
or powder
You
or
say
a
that
dip.
every Wednesday.
There are also internal products
It's
that
true. I
can
actually
be
do
used
tend to not
and are
sleep so
only
well.
available to
on
Is
the
it
night
because you're
before.
expecting, like, oh, we got
One,
work tomorrow
a
sort of
pill
thing?
given
No.
So you won't
and
worry
the
about
other,
it?
I think I
a
just
liquid
think about
which
it
is
lots.
I did
applied
that
to
the
your dog's
first
back between his
2
shoulder
episodes.
blades.
Like, I didn't sleep well the night
These are
before, so I
very
knew I had to
strong
come here and
medications
bring the
which should be
tapes
used
and we
with
got to talk
caution
stuff.
and
but
only
no.
under your veterinarian's
No, it's,
supervision.
I think it's literally just like I think
Other
about it
popular
too much.
flea
Like
control
I get
products
really
are the
into the
flea
idea of
collars
doing
and
it, and I
medallions,
think about it, and
which
I'm like,
many
oh yeah,
veterinarians
that's
feel
gonna be
have
fun.
only
And then
limited efficacy.
I spend too much time
Organic
thinking about that
remedies
and
such
less
as
time
yeast
trying
and
to
vitamin
sleep
B1 tablets
or
work,
relaxing.
in
Oh,
theory,
yeah, that's
through
kind of
the
what I mean.
eccrine sweat
Get
glands.
preoccupied.
While we have these
It's not a
glands over
stress
much
thing,
of our
though.
bodies, dogs
No,
only
no.
have them on the
Mine
pads of
wasn't
their
stress.
feet
That wasn't
and
so
the
much
tips
stress.
of their
It was just
nose.
too much thinking.
Consequently,
Too many
yeast
mind
and
Things
B1
going on for
might
once. We're
help
finally
keep the
actually
fleas off
doing
of
this.
you, but are
Mind
relatively
loops, man.
ineffective for your dog.
That's right.
I will say,
Settle down
however,
eventually.
that you shouldn't argue with success.
It's our first
And if
season.
you've
We're
been
allowed to
using
be
these and
weird.
they seem to be working, by all means, please continue. As far as home treatment, you have the option of a professional exterminator
When we get to
or
episode
using
100,
foggers
it'll
or
be
premise
better.
sprays, which are available
Episode
through your veterinarian or
100.
pet store.
That's when Katobi's getting that tattoo.
Fleas live
Be
in
very
the environment,
proud of that
not
if we
on
hit
your
100.
pet. They only
should
jump
say
on
when
your
we
pet
hit
for a
100.
meal and sometimes
When?
to
I
breed.
purposely
In fact,
planned for us to have
it
over
is
100 episodes, as you can
estimated
see,
that
by
for every
007.
one
Exactly.
flea on your pet, there are about 100 in the
Then the
environment.
problem's going to be when we get to
You can
episode
see why
1000.
environmental
And
control
then we'll
is
have
so
that
important.
millennium bug.
Finally,
I
to
know,
treat the
right?
yard and outdoor kennel,
We're gonna die.
you can either use a professional exterminator or do it yourself with dust or sprays like
Malathion,
malathion and diazinon.
Dizinian,
Again,
or dust and
consult your
sprays.
veterinarian or pet store representative for more information. Something very important. Please
I don't
check
want
with
to
your
consult
vet
my pet
before
or their
using
veterinarian.
any
That's why I
chemicals
bought
on your
this
pet.
video.
Be especially cautious with puppies and debilitated
It cost me
animals.
$120.
Also,
I'm always going to say
never mix
120 because of that
without
freeloaders
first
crime.
checking with your veterinarian.
I don't know
That
how
was
much this actually
Two
cost.
separate.
Every
safe
time I
and
think about that, I
effective
think,
chemicals
how,
can be
like, what
fatal
part of that video is
combined
even worth
or
$10?
applied to your
I know,
dog at
right?
the same
The
time.
thing is, this had to have been an expensive video because it comes with a pet care.
We have
diary.
grooming tips.
Like, even if it's a
Where's the
shitty
pink?
pet care
As I've
diary,
just discussed,
pink the last
treatment for
one?
many ectoparasites and skin diseases
No.
requires baths
Really?
and dips.
yes, it is, but
Baths
it's listed
are
as
treatments
purple
for
here.
skin-related problems
Of
to be
course.
given under the recommendation of your veterinarian.
That was
While
magenta
baths
there,
for
and
fleas
it's violet
ticks can
here. As
also
I
be
keep
done
telling
by
you,
groom or
purple
pet
is
store.
an
Purple
odd
is
Now
really-
color.
let's go through a typical grooming procedure.
You can either have blue purple,
The
which is
first thing a
violet,
groomer
or
will
pink
do
purple,
when a dog
red
comes in for
purple, which is
grooming
magenta.
is check
Yeah,
the
the word
skin for
purple is the
dryness.
vague one.
And
Yeah,
for
it's so
parasites
vague
such
that
as
they
fleas,
told the guys
ticks,
on the
and
back
lice.
that it's purple,
And if
and they
she
put
finds any
violet in one on
she'll
the
give the
screen is
appropriate
magenta.
bath to remedy the problem. If she notices a severe skin
Magenta
problem, such as
honestly looks
eczema,
more pink to me.
bacterial skin
Me
lesions,
too.
or open sores,
I actually don't
she'll then
see it as
recommend
purple,
seeing
like-
a veterinarian.
Well, yeah, well, that's the
Next, we'll
purple
check
I
the
use
ears
for my
for
stuff,
odor
and
or
I think it's more
discoloration.
pink as well.
If
I
these
should
are
start
present, the dog
using
should be
violet
checked by your
instead of
vet.
the bluey one.
Then she'll check for
I
hair growing
prefer
in
the
the ear
bluey.
canal. This should be
That just
only
doesn't
removed
pop
by your
as
groomer or
much
veterinarian
for, like,
to prevent
thumbnails and
damage to
stuff.
the
That's
ear.
all.
Yeah, I get that.
Next,
I
check
think I
the
just
eyes
prefer the
for
look of
pussy
it.
discharge or
I'm
swelling,
very much
and
not
anything
a it
noticeable
needs to
should be
pop
checked by your
kinda.
veterinarian. Then
I
she'll
get
check
it.
the mouth
I don't
for
have
odor
that
and check the
stylistic
teeth for
shit
tartar
in my
buildup.
brain.
Teeth
I wish
should
I
be
did,
cleaned
because
by
then I
a
could make
veterinarian.
myself logos
So
really
then check
easily.
the nails to see if they need
But
to be trimmed. Because of the
unfortunately,
danger
the idea of
cutting
making a
the
new
quick
Stephen
or
Melly
vein with
logo
the nail,
is
trimming should be done
something
by
I'm
the
just
groomer
putting
or
off.
veterinarian.
Well, the whole
While
reason
checking
that
the
the
nails,
shirts
she'll
came
also check
through
between the
black
toes for
instead
the
of
presence of any burrs or
purple was
foxtails.
because they were too dark.
These should be removed
which is
carefully.
The violet
Foxtails
instead of
Yeah, but I would
can
totally
have
put mine
abscesses,
on a
and
white
these will
shirt
need to be
if I was
treated
going to
by
use
your
dark
veterinarian.
colours.
Yeah.
Before
That's
bathing,
my own fault
the
for
dog should
only,
be
only
thoroughly
wanting
brushed.
to ever wear black.
And beginning at the feet, the hair separated and brushed layer by layer.
I used to
so
do
the
the
brush
same,
goes
but
through the coat
now I
without
see the
resistance.
value in white, because now I
After
get
brushing, a
Gabby
comb is
Hayes on my
run through the
shirt
coat, checking
saying
for
that's my
tangles.
dog.
Yeah,
If there
but
are
I'd
any,
probably have
the
yellow
groomer
pit
will stop
stains.
and rebrush the
I
tangled area
also have
until the mat is
my
removed.
red shirt, which is my
After the
Christmas
dog
shirt,
is
which is
brushed,
Gabby Hayes'
she'll
Santa
proceed to
Claus.
bathe him.
And me sitting on
Wetting
his
the
lap
dog
telling him what I
from
want
feet
for
up,
Christmas.
shampoo is applied to the tail and head area first, being certain to avoid the eyes. Then she'll proceed to lather the rest of the body, making sure the shampoo reaches the skin. After allowing the shampoo to remain on the dog for about 5 minutes, she'll begin her thorough rinse. She may repeat the rinse 2 or 3 times because any remaining soap could cause irritation to the dog's skin. If needed,
Is
an
he
appropriate
really
dip would now
telling
be
us that we
applied.
have to get a female
Then the
groomer
dog
and
is
then
dried
telling
either
us
by air
what that they're
drying or
going
with
to
the
do
blow
when they
dryer.
groom
And
your
after
dog
he's
and we don't
completely
need to know
dried,
about it?
he'll be brushed again. Flea baths and dips can be done weekly if
I
needed.
think that's why I'm finding this video so
There's a common
fascinating. He's telling
misconception
us
that
stuff
heavy
that
coated
he
dogs should be
knows
clipped for
that
the
we
summer.
don't need to know.
This is not true.
We are
if
not
the
going to
breed is
need
a
to know
thermal undercoat,
how
as this
to
actually acts as an insulator and keeps him
Put our
cool.
finger in the dog's butt.
Well, yeah, we're
Check
not going
with
to
your
need to do
veterinarian
that for
room,
one.
But he's
to
telling
determine
us
what's
how.
best for your dog's
He
needs.
knows that we're not going to. He's like, your vet will.
Well, I've thoroughly enjoyed spending this time
Why
with you
tell
today,
us?
and I hope you
For
now
peace
have
of
a
mind,
better
so we know
dog
what's going on.
about your
Enjoyed.
dog. I'm
these
sure he'll
dolphins.
bring many years of fun and pleasure into your home. Whenever you need
Yeah,
clarification
the
about a
dog has
question
to
or
be a
problem that
boy,
you may
though.
have, review the appropriate section of this tape by using the color coding method as I described earlier. Lastly, I
will,
welcome all
but I'll
questions
forget
and comments.
when it comes
So
to the
please
grooming.
write to me at the address on the screen
color.
if you have any. And while you're
We
at
can
it,
write to
why
him.
don't you send
He's
me a
in
picture
Santa
of your
Monica.
dog? I would love to
And
hear
let's
how
send him
all of you
pictures
are
of their
doing.
dogs.
Thanks again, and all the best.
Yeah, let's send him a photo. They're probably not even. Probably doesn't even live there anymore. But hey, we can send photos of our dogs with a little letter. He's not going to care because he does Marky Mark's dogs, but still. He's like, oh, a photo of a dog. Is it Marky Mark's? Don't care. Provided by Ray. Audio and video enterprises in Burbank. Thanks, Wayne. Look at all this information I didn't have to research to get. They just give everyone's credentials at the end of the video. Diplomat.
Tony Buffington.
Why do we need to know that they're a diplomat? Oh, that's because they've got a diploma, not because of their political views, I see. Never mind. Animal Kingdom Pet Shop, where you can get all your skitty-witty needs.
Good, because we need that skitty-witty.
Gotta have some skitty-witty in my life.
Noma Video Production.
Yeah. Not Movie Masters.
It was pretty much an hour, including the ads, if there's nothing else. Are there ads at the end as well?
I don't know. Let's have a look. I love those disclaimers that we always see on these informational videos that it's saying we made a video, but we hold no responsibility for the information that's contained, and it could be wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's just a legal thing to cover or whatever's, but it makes me feel less confident about what I just watched.
I think the tape might be about to end.
Yeah, it is. Right on midday. Time for lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Nuts. To that. Silly Shitzus. So now you know all about looking after your dogs.
I'm glad. We've learned about,
Specifically puppies and Shitzus.
we've learned about children and doggos now.
Yeah.
So I think this was probably it's been a long one. We're nearing the 3-hour mark here.
Every single episode's around 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all long ones.
They're all long ones. 3 hours is long. Oh, we got Buzz!
Oh, nice. Did you catch that? Or did you stop recording?
Stopped.
Ah. You don't get the thing. There's your new background for your computer. The one with the OTT on the top.
Oh boy.
I like the circle better, the one that we used to have in Australia when it was time to go to sleep. There's no more tally.
Yeah. I've seen clips.
I used to have a t-shirt with that on it, but it was grayscale. like why? I found it in an op shop. I'm like, why? Why do you want a grayscale version of it?
Why wouldn't you?
I bought it. I wore it. Actually, Mark's wearing that t-shirt in The Destroyer of Nations before he turned into Zektar. Yeah.
I should go back and rewatch that. I watched it like a couple weeks ago, actually.
Why?
With Mark.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, over Discord. Yeah.
Yay. Nice.
Anyways, let's find someone to raid real quick.
Yeah. We got to say goodbyes and give teasers for what we're doing next week, right? What do you think?
I haven't even thought about next week. Actually, no. I was just thinking. What was it going to be? I had an idea.
I thought you were going to do Halloween special and we're going to watch like the dealing with memory loss and stuff.
Phobias?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do something else if you want, but like...
Damn it, I had an idea in my head, but I've lost it.
Okay. You got a week to think about it. And then I'll do all the research the night before. Which is fine.
Yeah. Okay, we're actually going to raid Grandma Gusta.
Whoa, look at that fuzz. Nice.
Because Grandma Gusta is a legend.
But the fuzz. We could watch this all day. And try and turn images in it.
Till we start hallucinating.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks everybody for watching.
We could do a 24-hour stream.
we could. This is Bat Prince. I'm Peter D. This
Happy
is Obscure
bouncing.
Tape Time. We'll see you next